And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Digital Trends Live on this very special Cyber Monday edition. It is Cyber Monday. It's a big day here at Digital Trends. We have lots to talk about, and we have a hell of a show lined up. I know it's the second time in a row I've said hell of a show, but I gotta tell you, we have a lot on tap today. Okay, there I am. So starting off, let me just say this. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thanks for joining me today. We've got a 3-hour broadcast where we're gonna be talking about everything going on with Cyber Monday, all the deals that are happening. We have editors from every department of Digital Trends that are gonna be hopping on the show to talk about things that they've found in their sections, whether it's televisions, it's headphones, it's smart home devices, it's clothing, all kinds of things. We're gonna tell you where the best deals are, and that's going to be happening on today's show. But in addition to that, we got a few other things we lined up for you. We're going to be having Liz Dunn from Proforma on to talk about buying trends in consumer electronics, just kind of talking about how big Cyber Monday really is. We're going to have the artist Reason on, also known as Disguised as Earthlings, to talk about his album. And we've got this, Mike Massimino, excuse me, former astronaut Mike Massimino. I'm so excited I'm already screwing up his name, which is not a good sign. I am so excited. He's going to be joining us, former astronaut Mike Massimino, to talk about the InSight Mars lander, the live broadcast of which is going to be happening later on today after our broadcast. Perfectly timed up. Mike is going to be joining us in a bit. So what I want to know is your questions. We want to know what you want to talk about. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Periscope. You can drop in your comments, your questions, everything you want to know in there as we go through today's broadcast. Let us know. And also, we've got a giveaway. I'll tell you about that here in just a second. But first, I want to welcome, of course, Adrienne Warner.
Good morning.
Good morning, Adrienne.
Oh my God, it's so exciting. It's a cyber extravaganza today.
I know. And it's already, it's already crazy, and we're already getting goofy in here, and it hasn't even started yet before we even got on air. So we've got 3 hours to get through this. But this is a huge day.
This is a huge day, yeah, when it comes to technology, news, deals, all kinds of awesome things going on today. And so I can see why you're excited.
Yeah.
Understand, it's palpable.
It is. You can feel it in the room. I mean, and part of it is, too, just for here at Digital Trends, you know, especially since we try to find the best deals for everybody out there, because there's so many websites now with so many different deals, so many different things going on. We try to narrow it down and just find you the best of the best. And so it's a culmination of weeks and months of work here to kind of end up here with this day, with this broadcast that we're doing, with the 3 hours to bring you all of this. So yeah, I'm excited. It's fun. It's a fun day, and we're excited to have you here with us. Now, I did mention something about a giveaway, so I need to explain how this is going to work today.
Yes.
So at some point during today's broadcast, you're going to have a chance to win a Samsung 65-inch flat screen 4K UHD 8 Series Smart TV.
Wow.
That is worth $1,297.
Dang.
Yes, we're doing an actual television giveaway today, and here is how it's going to work. So since you're here at the start of the broadcast, you're going to get the inside scoop before anybody else does. Throughout today's show, the 3 hours that we're broadcasting, I'm going to be presenting 5 different trivia questions. So 5 different questions will show up at random points throughout today's show. What you need to do is write down the answer. Write down the answer to yourself to each one of these questions. When I get to the 5th question, we'll ask that. What you'll be doing is emailing the answer to all 5 questions to dtlive@digitaltrends.com. So that is where you're going to do that. So, and I'll give you the email address again as we go through, but the main thing is this. You want to get those questions. You need to answer all 5, and you need to answer them correct. I guess I should specify that. You do have to have the correct answer. They are all things that you can find. We took a long time actually coming up with these questions, but there will be 5 different questions that will be asked throughout today's broadcast that you will need to answer in order to win this. And so what it'll be is the first person to email in all 5 correct answers will win the Samsung 65-inch 4K UHD 8 Series Smart TV. At some point I'm going to memorize that and I won't have to look at the screen again. But
do we get any hints?
It's trivia. Could say that.
That's a hint.
First, you must answer me these questions 3. It's not going to be it won't be a riddle. I traveled to St. Ives and I met a man with 7 wet. No, it'll be basic questions. Usually 1 to 2 answers per question.
Oh.
I'll say that. Some of them are easier than others.
Some could be multi-part.
Some could be multi-parts, but those questions will be asked during today's broadcast. So again, you'll have to answer all 5 of them and be the first one to email in the correct answers. But we're giving away a $1,300 television on today's show. So that is where we're starting. I see people already trying to guess what the answers are. I haven't even asked the question yet, but you know, more power to you.
Or have you?
Corn nuts was already the guess for one of the answers. You know, maybe that's right.
America's
it could be.
The most popular snack.
Is it?
No.
Is it still?
I doubt it.
I don't even know. Yeah, I think I've had corn nuts for a long time. All right, anyway. We've got that. So all of that is coming up on today's show. Let's talk about, though, this headline news that we have before we get into some more topics and some more discussion of Cyber Monday. And it is this, the Mars InSight lander. So the live landing is going to be broadcast by NASA. Obviously, it's not live video of what's happening because it's on Mars. But we are going to have a live broadcast of the crew as they're watching this lander come down. And I get so excited about space stuff.
This is really cool. I mean, this
technical term space stuff.
This mission is completing the end of its 91 million mile journey to Mars.
Yeah.
At which point it's going to hammer into the surface 16 feet.
Yeah.
And I guess just it's going to be sedentary. It's going to live there.
Yeah, it's going to be, digging down 16 feet in theory, if all this works out right. In theory, hammering down 16 feet into the surface of Mars, it's going to be able to tell tell the Mars axis, how much it switches, how much it wobbles, basically, on its rotation. And that'll help tell more of what's in the core of Mars. They can certainly search for water while they're digging through there. I mean, obviously, we'll ask Mike Massimino a lot of these questions as well. But I mean, the fact for me that this has been, this has been this 6 months in the waiting, but actually it was planned 2 years ago in 2016. And there was some kind of issue with the vacuum seal on the lander. Don't ask me to explain how the vacuum seal works on that, but whatever. There's a vacuum seal issue, and because of that, they had to fix that, but there's only a certain window when they can send out the lander.
Oh, gotcha.
So they had to wait 2 more years for that to happen.
To relaunch, or to try and relaunch, yeah.
Yep, to do it again. And so it launched in May, and now it's getting there today. You know, in just a couple of hours, actually, is when it's going to be getting there. And then there is what's called the 7 minutes of hell, which is where it loses contact as it's going through the atmosphere of Mars. And there are so many different things that can go wrong. Like, to actually get it right is more like, a needle in a haystack.
Right.
So I'm kind of excited to watch this broadcast just to see all the people in there. You know, this is years and years of their lives, like, summed up in this one moment that's going to be broadcast to everybody, whether or not this thing works.
Yeah, and it sounds like there's going to be a couple of things in that the period of time. They're going to try and figure out exactly how the landing is going to go using these 2 extra spacecrafts called the Mars Cube 1, the Marcos, and then the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, which are going to send signals to NASA to affirm that the landing hopefully went okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so complicated. Yeah, that's the Marcos 2 cube satellites, I believe is what they're calling them, are going to be also brought, kind of measuring this. They're launching at the same time, so to try to track how the landing works. Yeah. I don't know. It's so exciting.
It's really cool.
I am really, really excited that we have Mike joining us too. So former astronaut Mike Massimino is going to be joining us here in just a little while. Yeah, there's a demonstration right now of, I like that little graphic.
I do too.
That's the broadcast back. That's the sound it makes in space.
You know why this makes me happy is because the Odyssey is going to have a friend now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it will. The Odyssey will have a buddy. Or the Odyssey is going to watch its buddy crash and burn onto the surface of Mars. So
either way, it'll be an exciting
Either way, yeah, something's happening there for the Odyssey. So let us know, again, your comments, your questions. If you have questions for former astronaut Mike Massimino when he's going to be joining us in just a little under an hour, I believe, let us know, and we will get those questions to him. All right. Let's, I believe we have some Read 'em and Weep segment. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that today, where we're going to be talking about some of the comments and the questions that have come through here over the last little bit for Digital Trends. And let me just adjust this. Since we are live, I want to remind everybody again that I just unplugged my earpiece. So since we are live, we do want to remind everybody we do have the giveaway coming up. And let's go ahead and do some of our Read 'em and Weep segment. here right now. So let's go ahead and bring up the first one. So this is part of what we do here at Digital Trends. We do read the comments and the questions when they come through. That's why I want to emphasize again, we're live, but also these videos are available afterward. So this comes from Hidden Talent regarding the Samsung, is that 146-foot micro LED? Micro LED? Okay, when you just bought a 70-inch 4K TV on Black Friday and then see this. Yep. Well, I mean, if you have room for that, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be 146 inches or 146 feet. I haven't read the review myself.
I have not either. I don't think I would want something that large.
I kind of want a 146-foot television in my backyard. Yeah, just to have it on.
Do you have a 146-foot backyard?
No, probably not. I probably don't. Maybe the entire length of the lot.
I could put it on my roof, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. But just to be the obnoxious person in the neighborhood with that.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, yep, that's exactly what I want to do. Okay, so there we go. Hidden Talent. That is Hidden Talent's comment on that one. Let's go to Tom Calabrese. Regarding digital trends, astronomers find water in the atmosphere in a nearby planet in the Pegasus galaxy. There are no galaxies 179 light years from Earth other than still being in the Milky Way galaxy. Okay.
Fact check.
All right. There we go. Well, Tom is, trying to fact check that. I'm not sure.
Or maybe an alien.
Okay. Or
just letting us know.
Oh, Tom could be an alien, is what you're saying. Okay. Then that is absolutely possible. So, Tom, thank you. I'm sure if you'd like to hop on and correct Mike in any facts that he has later on, that would be great. I'm sure you can do that as well. So, all right. Tom Calabrese. You know, we read the comments and questions. It doesn't mean we're not going to say something back sometimes. You know, when we're watching these. I already see somebody making fun of me with my earpiece. Broadcast professional, supposedly. Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Got it. Thanks. All right.
All right, Gino V.
Gino V. Gino V.
Regarding the review for the Google Pixel Slate, screw that Google guy pulling out an iPhone at the end in the background. Even looked around to see if he got caught. Like, yeah, buddy, red-handed.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Now I want to see this video to see if we can narrow down who it was and just have a close-up of who would you guess it was?
Well, it sounds like it's somebody maybe they interviewed, like an actual Google person.
Oh, okay.
Like a Google
Do you think
employee.
like an actual Google employee? Okay, possibly. Otherwise, I could see maybe Juan doing it in the background or something. I could see Juan.
See that.
Like, uh-oh, like busted. Now I'm going to get an email from Juan. All right, so Gino V. Ivan Cernagoy. Regarding Nova Meat's 3D printed steak, looks gross, but it couldn't save the planet. I did see this. It does look gross. You are 100% right. Yeah, it's a 3D vegan printed steak, and it just looks. It doesn't look like a steak.
It doesn't.
It does.
But does
not.
it smell like a steak?
I don't know. It just looks like a pink, weird, like piece of a tire. Is kind of how it looks. And Ivan just wrote, all we are saying is, give peas a chance. That's right, because it was. I think it was chickpeas or something.
Oh, it was made of like pea material?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I see like pea tofu at the farmer's market. And
yeah. You ever tried it?
No.
Yeah, I don't think I can do it either. I'm going to pass on that. All right, there we go. We've got that. Let's take a look here. Dalton Vanderbilt regarding U.S. customers spent over $6 billion on Black Friday purchases. To put it into perspective, Bill Gates is worth $30 billion.
So they bought 5 Bill Gates.
wait, no,
is that right?
1/5 of Bill Gates.
1/5 of Bill Gates.
Yeah, 1/5 of Bill Gates was purchased on Black Friday.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was backwards.
$6 billion on Black Friday purchases. So that's a lot. Though I believe today's is actually speculated to be 7.3 billion.
Wow.
Is what they're thinking will be spent on that. Yeah.
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Yeah. So Bill Gates is worth 30 billion. I think that's the takeaway from that. That's a lot of money. All right, final one here that we've got. Joshua Hansen regarding refurbished iPad mini is available for $90 right now. Joshua says, been able to get refurbished mini for that price at pawn shops for a while now. Wow.
What else can you get at a pawn shop?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose you probably can. Well, the source of that is maybe a little questionable. Yeah, I don't know where the iPad mini came from, that somebody's selling their iPad mini at the pawn shop. Unless...
Here's my iPad mini and, I don't know, a stuffed bear.
Right. I always feel weird at pawn... Like, I'll go into pawn shops sometimes just to take a look, but I feel kind of weird.
I've never been into one.
I'm like, oh, what was going on that they had to sell this? But that's a good deal.
I used to
That's
drive
like
by
that
one every day that had like the mannequin with the rotating arms.
I do not know what that is, but I want to find it.
It's on Lombard.
There's a mannequin with with rotating
They
arms.
dress her up.
All right, well there we go. We need one of those in the background here just
Yes, we do.
for Digital Trends Live. All right, a couple other comments here before maybe we bring up one of the first questions in the hunt to win a Samsung flat screen television. But the first thing I want to bring up is this, some other headline news, and it has to do with Facebook. So Facebook in the news right now, in particular for a really interesting thing that's happening in the UK. Now we know Facebook's had some privacy concerns. I think that's pretty common at this point. And this is actually comes from the BBC is where I found this report, and it has to do with some MPs, which we did look this up beforehand. It's members of Parliament, just to make sure that we have it right. Members of Parliament investigating the Cambridge Analytica data scandal. And so what happened is there was a U.S. Tech firm executive from a firm called 643 was on a trip to London. This person was in possession of some privacy documents, internal privacy documents from Facebook. The House of Commons found out about that. This person was there at a hotel room. They sent the Sergeant at Arms from the House of Commons to the hotel room and basically threatened this person that they had a 2-hour deadline to comply with an order to hand over those documents. And the person tried not to do it, but they
Nay.
Yeah. Failed to do it, and then that person was escorted to Parliament and warned he risked fines and imprisonment if the documents were not surrendered. They ended up surrendering them.
That is a terrifying knock to get at your hotel door in the UK.
Yeah.
So I actually looked up, I was like, okay, how is 643 connected to Facebook? Apparently they made a super creepy app a long time ago called Pinkini that lets you search your friends' photos for pictures of people in bikinis. And
wow.
And they got shut down after a terms of service change. But so they sued Facebook, and they actually got a bunch of internal documents from Facebook after this lawsuit. So that is how they are connected to this whole scandal.
It's like I want to be a creep, but I'm too lazy to actually go through the pictures myself. If only there was an app that could do that for me. All right, so that's crazy. So they had the documents. So that's how they.
That's how, yeah.
Wow. So Facebook is fighting this right now. They're of course saying that you need to give us the documents back or turn them over to an attorney. The MPs are saying no, they're ours, and then apparently there's very interesting things that are in them, and it's essentially what it boils down to is these are internal documents that could be explaining whether what Facebook says publicly is real or not when it comes to their privacy, when it comes to data security.
I just can't wait for the 4-part BBC Dry series about this in several years.
Kitty. Well, you can search for. Yeah, that's what we need. We need David Attenborough doing it. All right, so that's the news when it comes to Facebook, though, which is pretty impressive stuff. Like if this does come out. Whether it's legal or not, I don't know. That definitely seems questionable if you're sending somebody to a hotel room and demanding that they hand over documents.
I mean, they say that it's legal in the UK. It sounds like because of the UK's involvement in this investigation that they can ask for these documents. Whether Facebook wants to comply with that or not will be a whole other story.
Yeah, I don't know. That just seems sketchy, but at the same time, I want to know what they say. I mean, I really do. I think we all want to know what those documents say and if it matches up with what Facebook is saying publicly. I mean, well, I think it's pretty clear Mark Zuckerberg hasn't been having a very good time as of late, as far as publicly, and this is just one more little thing adding into that. We'll see what happens. So we'll find out more about that, I'm sure, as that goes down, whether or not they're going to take those documents back or whether or not we will see them publicly. All right. I know we need to go to a break here shortly because we're going to have Oilong Maui, who's going to be stopping by to talk about Cyber Monday deals here in a minute. But maybe it's time for our first question. The first question in your quest to win a Samsung 65-inch 4K UHD television. So here's the deal. Today, we are giving away one. Here's our first question. Here is what you need to do. You need to write down the answer to this question. Hold on to the answer to that question. And then, after we ask our fifth one, so there's going to be 5 questions total today. 5 questions will be asked. There's 5 different answers. What you'll need to do is email dtlive@digitaltrends.com after that 5th question is asked, and be the first one to email the correct answer to all 5 questions. You will win the Samsung 65-inch UHD 4K television. I'm starting to memorize it. I'll say it enough times. Series 8, it's worth $1,297. I think was the last price check that I looked at for it. I mean, it's an awesome television, and one of you is going to get to win this thing. So my suggestion is start an email right now and have it addressed to dtlive@digitaltrends.com and just have that.
Don't accidentally hit send too early.
I mean, you can, but you're not going to win. And then, or yeah, I guess, well, don't post it in the comments unless you really want to just help everybody else out. But, you know, go for it if you want to. So that was the first one, is who was the first woman in space? So get that written down. We'll have the other questions coming on throughout today's broadcast, along with our special guests. They're going to be hopping in throughout the show. Adrian, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. I'm going to have to tune in and watch your interview with the NASA astronaut. It sounds cool.
Yeah, let's hope I say his name correctly and not get nervous about it. No, I'm so excited about it. So Mike Massimino going to be joining us in a bit. We also have Liz Dunn from Proforma. Lots of people. Let's go to break. We'll be back here in just a minute with more Digital Trends Live. Continuing on with Digital Trends Live. Again, like I said, we are live. So we're live on Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, and YouTube, which means you can drop in your comments and your questions throughout the show. So much happening today, but right now we are joined by Oilong Maui. Hello.
I'm back again.
You are back again. Another star turn here on Digital Trends Live. So we, on Friday, what was it? Last time you were on here was last Wednesday, talking about Black Friday deals. And now we're on to Cyber Monday.
Yes.
So you are part of the affiliate team here at Digital Trends who works tirelessly to find these good deals. And that's part of what we were talking about here with Cyber Monday. I mean, there are so many good deals. It's so hard to find the best ones, and that's what Digital Trends does. We have the best deals. We find them for you. We make it easy to search them. Just go to digitaltrends.com/deals. That'd be probably the best page. And Oilong's going to kind of walk through some of the deals that you've found so far.
Well, it was more of a collective effort. I didn't find all of these myself.
You're not going to take credit for every...
No.
Okay, all right.
Huge team effort.
Well, let's walk through some of these here.
Yes,
and take a look. So there are so many different ones to talk about. Which one would you like to go to first?
Are we talking about like our product reveals, or are we talking about the page right now?
Oh, let's talk. Okay, we can talk about the page. Let's go ahead and pull up the page and take a look there. Okay, so we're taking a look at the page.
Yes.
And again, all this is happening live, so these are getting updated constantly. Here's a look just at, and this is digitaltrends.com/deals. We'll essentially take
slash
you to this.
DT deals.
Slash DT
yeah,
deals.
That's like kind of the main hub.
Okay.
So the way the page is laid out is up top we have some of like our hottest deals. So those are like multiple retailers. So like right here you can see we have Samsung, HP, Amazon. Today, the stuff you want to really concentrate on if you're looking to buy electronics is definitely going to be laptops.
Laptops.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then aside from that, like clothing is your best bet for other stuff. If you were trying to buy a TV, Friday was the day to buy it.
Okay.
Not to say there aren't any other deals. As you can see, this really cool Samsung TV. It looks
Yeah.
like a frame, and if you do a little product research on it, they like to show a lot of paintings on it because it looks like a frame.
That thing looks
Yeah, it's super
awesome.
thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's $800 off right now.
For the 65-inch.
Yeah, that's
the other
pretty good.
models are also on sale too, if you needed something smaller.
Okay. So those are just some of the deals on there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just pages and pages of deals that are there on the website. It's really, really fun to like scroll through them and then think about, okay, I can't buy all of it, but I'm going to pick out some of them that I'm going to buy. So let us know here in the comments too if there's anything that you want to buy from this. All right, let's go. Let's talk about some of the deals that you and the team picked out. Should we start with maybe the shoes?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Okay. The Adidas Falcon.
Yeah, so I mean, right now, today, the whole site at Adidas is on sale for 30% off if you use a code, code CYBER2018 at your checkout.
Ooh.
What I picked were the Adidas Falcon. I tried on a pair like a couple months ago. I really like them. They're really comfortable. They got that like chunky look. They were just a little too big for me. But right now, you can get them for 30% off. So like those are about $120, but with the code, you get them for $84.
That's a really good deal then. Yeah, so 30% off. The code is Cyber 2018, Cyber 2018. If you go to Adidas, does that account for everything?
Yeah, it's
across there?
site-wide.
Okay, and again, we have some of those deals too that you can find at digitaltrends.com/DT deals. That's the best site. Okay, DT deals, and to go there and take a look at that too, because you can get the links directly to some of the products and especially these really good deals. But Cyber 2018, 30% off site-wide.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
It is. What's also awesome is a lot of people are getting the Apple Watch Series 3 right now too.
Yeah, because the Series 4 just came out, but that means the Series 3, yeah, probably a better deal right now, especially if you're in the market to hop into a smartwatch. Do you wear smartwatches?
I actually have one. I don't wear it that often.
Yeah.
As I should. It's the charging part that gets me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget to charge everything.
But not everybody has that issue like I do. But you can get it for anywhere from like $280 to $320, kind of just depending on what retailer you go to and if they're still available. If you want to get it on Apple, you can. Like if you're a huge Apple head and you know you're going to buy something again sometime soon, if you buy it there, they'll give you a $50 gift card.
Okay.
So there's no discount on the watch itself, but you will get some credit towards a future purchase.
Okay, well that's still cool. I mean, that just means that you're going to get something else great, down the line. So that's the Apple Watch Series 3 that we have. So the Apple Watch Series 3. And again, I've still been debating to get into the smartwatch territory. So it's something that I've been thinking about. Maybe this is actually the time to do it. If I can get it for a deal, you don't want to buy the brand new one. You want to actually get something for a better deal and try it out for a little bit first.
Exactly.
So,
And if you head to our site, we'll show you the different retailers you can get them at. I don't want to say any prices right now because they've been jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
So the best way to find out is just to come to our site and see what's available.
So check that out. That's Digital Trends. Again, digitaltrends.com/DT deals. So I just want to hammer that home. I want to make sure people know to go to that website because that's where you're going to find a lot of these. All right, moving on with some of our different deals here. We have, should we talk about this, the vacuum?
Yeah.
Okay.
So iLife is a pretty big robot vacuum brand, and right now they have a 4S smart cleaning robot at Walmart. Original is $299, so about $300, and you can get it for $158 right now. It's pretty cool because you can
Speaks
schedule.
Italian according to this video.
You can schedule like cleaning, and like it'll do its little route, and then go back to home base to charge itself. It gets to know like your floor layout and all that. And there's different modes of like cleaning on this. As you can see, it can clean up a little bit of like wetness.
Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty great. And this is definitely something that I probably need to be picking up. I've been thinking about getting one, some kind of like a Roomba style, like a robot vacuum for a while. But that looks like a pretty good deal. You have one, don't you?
I do. I have a different brand and model, but it's pretty cool.
But you like it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it actually works.
Fun tip too, this is a $158 on Walmart, but I also just found it for $140 on Amazon.
What?
So that's a whole $18 cheaper. If you feel so inclined to get it there, you can.
Are the deals going to be changing constantly throughout the day?
Yeah, like we're going through like the page often to update it with new stuff, but also see if anything has sold out or the price has changed, which like I found a few this morning that we had to attend to, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
So So if the prices are changing, so you guys are updating this constantly as we go through. When's the best time to buy? I mean, that's that's hard because I mean, I always have the thing where it's like, you know, you want to buy too soon or too late, then it's like, am I going to get a deal?
I would say, like, if you see it on our site right now, that's because we vetted the price. There's some products too where there's multiple retailers available, and that's because we've seen them both available there. So if you see it on our page, now's a pretty good time to like bite the bullet.
So that would be okay, so that's the time to get it. It's right there. All right. So yeah, buy it now. That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Buy it now. All right. Let's see, and we have something else here too that we've got here on the table that we're going to take a look at. Let's go ahead and pull it up. So it is, this is something, the actual product that we have. I don't know if you can
see it. This is, brand is called Current, and this is the Catch 3 wireless charging accessory tray. I found out about this like maybe 2 months ago-ish, and like I'm obsessed. This thing, it's beautiful, and like it works really well too. So as you can see, it's a wireless charging tray, so I'm gonna whip it out the box.
Nice.
Do a little
actual unboxing right here as we're taking a look at it.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a wireless charging anything right now, so this is something that I would definitely be interested in. And again, this brand is Current.
Yeah, and also I should mention right now they're having 15% off their site as well for everything. They only have like 2 products, but this is the one that you want. So it comes with like a little like, I don't know, some instructions and stuff.
Right.
But
yeah.
we don't need this.
It's just fancy instruction booklet. I know.
Put that away.
Right. Instruction booklets are.
Yeah.
It's still funny that instruction booklets even still come with a lot of these products. Because you think like.
This is. I'm terrible at unboxing.
Even read the instruction booklets?
Oh my God. How do you do this, Greg? Are you an expert in this?
Because
I'm
sure.
not. However, finally I got this thing out.
You did.
All right. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is like leather, and then if you flip it on the back, it looks pretty cool. It looks kind of like an iPad back.
Yeah.
You know. Ooh, I'm just putting my fingerprints all over this. So this part here is the charging part. So you'd put your phone like right here and it would charge. And then this is your catch-all.
Okay, so for any other products or?
Like whatever you want. Like if you put this by your door, you know, you put your phone here, like you put your keys, put your wallet, whatever.
So this would be something, you could just set on the door right by.
So it's not, that's what I really like about it is it's super functional and like it works really well.
Yeah,
and
does something more than just charging.
And then right below it, it gives you like right here's the port and the charging line.
Okay, so, and you've used one of these, or yeah, so you like it though?
I do.
Okay, so
not an ad. Hashtag not an ad.
No.
I'm just sharing.
Just you're talking about your actual experience.
Yeah. So it comes in like black and white. It's not that heavy. It's pretty durable, and like it's just beautiful, and it works really great. So 15% off.
15% off.
With code Cyber Monday, I think. Could you double check?
I will double check that, and we will make sure as we're checking all of these deals when they come through. It is, Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday is the deal, so $149 is what it works out to be. You can get that deal as well. So that's, again, all these deals are at digitaltrends.com/DT deals. So that is where you can check all of these out. Let's see here. I know we have got some other things coming up here on the show too. I do want to say this, Mike Massimino. I did say Massimino earlier. My bad. I get excited because I'm so excited that we have a former astronaut that's going to be joining us. That obviously, by the time he's on here, I will have this right. Mike Massimino, who's going to be joining us here in just a little bit to talk about the Mars InSight landing and just kind of give us some insight into that and talking about just how exciting it is, that's going to be happening. Because that's being broadcast live later on today as well from NASA. So Mike Massimino, former astronaut, is going to be joining us to talk about that. So we have all of that coming up. Let's see here. I think that we're going to have a break coming up here in just a minute because I know that you need to get back and get hard to work at everything else that's going on and follow these deals. But maybe you can hop back in here later on today and check in with us and let us know what's going on. Also today, as I said, we have the giveaway that's coming up. So a Samsung 65-inch 4K UHD television.
Can I enter that, or is that a no-go?
I mean, if you have like a fake persona, it's going to be really awkward if you show up, and you've got like a weird hat on or something, like trying to disguise yourself. but I mean, I'm not in charge of that part. So maybe I'm entering myself. So so what it is, we're doing the giveaway for this 65-inch 4K UHD Samsung television, and we have 5 different questions we're going to be asking throughout the broadcast today for this Cyber Monday special edition of Digital Trends Live. And so what you'll need to do is get an answer ready for each of those 5 questions. And when I ask the 5th one, be the first one to email the correct answers to all 5 to dtlive@digitaltrends.com, and you will win the... That was my stomach right there, too. That was perfect timing. You will win the television. So we've got that coming up, and stay tuned for that. And make sure that you have those answers ready to go. And we did ask the first one earlier. I'll just say it again. It was, who's the first female astronaut? There you go. That's the last time I'm going to give you the pre-answer. So have those ready to go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back here in a minute, continuing on with our coverage right here of Cyber Monday at Digital Trends Live.
For a long time now, Bose has had the noise-canceling headphone market on lock. Chances are if you took a flight recently, somebody on that flight was wearing these. These are the Bose QC35, and they've been the gold standard for frequent flyers for quite some time now. However, they are getting a run for their money from the Sony MDR1000X here. Also an excellent pair of noise-canceling Bluetooth headphones. Begging the question, which is better, Bose QC35 or Sony MDR1000X? We aim to answer that question right now. Let's start with the comfort evaluation. The Bose QC35 are ever so slightly lighter than the 1000X. It's like 1.5 grams of difference, but you do feel that. The Bose QC35 for me tend to be the slightly more comfortable headphone just because they're a trimmer profile. They have a more balanced clamping force and they don't tend to ride on your crown quite as heavy as the 1000X. With that said, we do have one reviewer in-house who wears glasses and swears that the 1000X is the most comfortable pair of headphones he's ever worn. So it's going to vary by user. But if I have to make a call, I'm going to give it to the Bose on comfort. In terms of battery life, they're about the same. 20 hours for each on a charge. That's if you're using Bluetooth and noise canceling simultaneously, although the volume at which you listen to your music may affect that a little bit. In terms of noise canceling capability, once again, the Bose comes out just a little bit ahead. They've really got noise canceling technology locked down. With that said, the 1000X are no slouch, and I think for most travelers, the noise canceling capabilities are more than sufficient. But then we get to overall audio quality, and that's where the Sony comes into the winner's circle. These are by far the best sounding noise canceling headphones that we've ever listened to, and they sound really fantastic. Sony's got a special DAC built into these that makes them sound great whether you're using Bluetooth, a hardline, or noise canceling on or off. They always sound wonderful. Studio quality sound, extremely dynamic, really clean bass, very sparkling treble, a lot of detail. Audiophiles will not balk at the 1000X, and I really think that's saying something. I like that Bose put the power switch right on the outside of the ear cup. It's a lot easier to access when it's there. The rest of the controls, though, I don't think I've ever used them. We can track advance, play, pause, but again, I never reach down there. I use my device instead. The Sony, on the other hand, has their power switch located in a more precarious position. It's right here. But with that, you also get a lot more control. You can choose whether or not noise canceling is activated or not. There's also an ambient sound switch here, which allows for you to defeat noise canceling entirely and actually amplify outside noise so that you can speak to somebody without taking off the headphones. There's also a voice-only option. So that helps keep you safe if you're out on the streets and you want to avoid getting hit by a bus. But it's also nice to just be able to have a conversation with somebody without having to take the headphones off. Another nifty feature is that you can cup your hand over the right ear cup. It'll actually defeat the noise canceling long enough for you to talk to your flight attendant, again, without having to take the headphones off. Other controls are all touch capacitive for volume, track advance, stop, start. It's all right on the outside of the ear cup. So the Bose QC35 still reigns supreme when it comes to noise canceling capability, and I feel like they're just a little bit more comfortable than the Sony. However, the Sony swoop in for the win because of their clearly superior sound quality, and there's a few other bells and whistles there I like. Battery life is about the same. You're going to spend about $50 more for the Bose right now, but that's soon to change. Overall, though, I've got to call this for the Sony MDR1000X, easily the best Bluetooth noise canceling headphones I've ever used.
Back with our Cyber Monday coverage here at Digital Trends Live. I'm Greg Nibbler, and now it's time to talk about actually one of the segments that Oi Long in our last segment was talking about. That is a very big section to look at today if you're in the market for this. And we are here now with Matt Smith to talk about the deals on computing.
Hello, internets.
Hello.
We have lots of
it's
deals
Matt.
today. It is Deals Day.
It is indeed.
Part 2.
Cyber Monday, and we're talking about this before. Like, you probably have spent hours and hours and hours trying to get ahead of the curve and understand what the deals are going to be.
Yeah. And actually, it's a lot harder to get ahead of the curve than you might think, because a lot of times the deals are not really disclosed until they pretty much go live. But we've got some pretty good stuff lined up here. I think we're starting with a Lenovo, is that right?
Yeah, Lenovo, the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. And so again, this is kind of walking through some of the different computing deals that are out there. And if you have questions or comments or anything that you want to know about these products, probably Matt can answer them for you. So we are live on Facebook, Periscope, Twitch, and YouTube, so you can drop your comments in there and we'll get to those. But yeah, so this Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, so the ThinkPad X1 Carbon is kind of their flagship, super thin ThinkPad laptop. It kind of represents, I think it does represent the lightest and most advanced technology from Lenovo. So it is generally a very expensive laptop.
Yeah, I was taking a look. Original price, $1,969.
Yeah, which that's not an unusual price for a ThinkPad X1 Carbon. But for Cyber Monday, it's down to what? It was $900?
Yeah, it's 54% off right now.
Right.
$899.
So that's a really, really good deal. I mean, and actually, we've reviewed pretty much every model, I think every model of the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. And one of our classic complaints is it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's really aimed at more of a professional, maybe enterprise customer, someone who's buying a lot of laptops perhaps, and wants something that's really durable and long lasting. And that makes it kind of a hard sell for your normal buyer.
Normal people who are
But at
using it.
$900, it's back to kind of like more reasonable regular laptop prices. So yeah, I really like it. Like, it's one of my personal favorite laptops. I like ThinkPads. And I like their keyboards, and I like their overall design and the way they look. So I'd definitely be one of the best laptop, maybe the best laptop deal I've seen over this whole Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing.
I mean, yeah, it's basically half off, 54% off.
Half off, and it was expensive to begin with. So,
yeah,
it's not like a $300 laptop half off. It's like, okay, I'm only saving $150.
Right.
This is like, you're saving like what?
$900
yeah,
basically.
$900.
No, $1,000 essentially. Yeah, is what you're saving on this.
You're saving $1,000 on this laptop.
$1,000 savings. I mean, you
and it's
can't
got good
afford not to.
specifications. Just off the top of my head, I think it was a Core i5. It had a solid-state hard drive.
I mean, it should if it's $2,000 to start with.
Yeah, and like a sizable one, not like 128 gigabytes. Like a good-sized solid-state hard drive, plenty of RAM. It's a nice configuration. So
yeah, I mean, and again, for that kind of price, that's definitely something that's that you see on a Cyber Monday deal where you're like, okay, that's a really good deal. Yeah, I have to pick that one up. So that's the first one we're looking at here. Again, just going through the computing deals and some of the different deals along that. We've also got some gaming deals that we're going to talk about as well. But Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon, over half off right now for Cyber Monday. The next one we want to talk about is the Apple MacBook.
Yeah. Classic Apple MacBook.
Yeah.
Not a personal favorite laptop of mine, I will say. But,
yeah, okay. Full disclosure.
I know that the Apple MacBook Air, it's the Air, right? And so Apple MacBook Air is just kind of like a classically entry-level Mac OS laptop.
Yeah, that's kind of the standard one if you're wanting to get in.
Yeah, a lot of people want to be able to get in at sort of a base level, as little as they can, spend for a reasonable laptop. And the Air has always been there. And this is a recently updated model, and it's like what, $150 off. So hey, this is an Apple product, okay? They don't get discounted all that often. I mean, MacBooks a little more lately.
And I should say this is the MacBook Pro, actually, is the one that we're looking at.
Oh, it's a MacBook Pro.
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry.
So the MacBook Pro, in that case, this is actually an even better deal because I do like the MacBook Pro better. And so I think the MacBook Pro is actually, if you're going to buy an Apple laptop, that's the one you really should get.
Yeah, instead of just...
Generally speaking. So yeah, go for that. at the end of the day, some people just want to use Mac OS, and having a bit of a discount on your Mac, it's hard to go wrong with that.
Yeah. I mean, because generally speaking, I wouldn't think that Apple does a lot of discounts.
No, they don't. I mean, like I said, Mac laptops get discounted a little more often now than maybe they used to. But still, like, they're not discounted all the time. They're generally only discounted at like these big holiday sales. So definitely something you want to jump on if you're thinking about getting a Mac.
So the Mac, that's the Apple MacBook Pro 13-inch, normally $1,299, over 10% off at $1,150. So I mean, you're saving some money.
Yeah.
Good laptop, something to get into, and you know, if you had to choose, if you had to use one or the other, would you use the if you could only have one laptop, that would be ThinkPad. It's already instantly ThinkPad.
Yeah, it's not even a contest. The ThinkPad, the $900 ThinkPad, it's going to probably perform better overall. You know, I'd have to like take a closer look at the specifications of each, but I think that the ThinkPad's at a higher level there.
Yeah.
Also, it's going to have more. It's going to have a bigger hard drive.
Right.
I mean, displays are probably roughly comparable. I like the keyboard better on the ThinkPad. I like the port selection better on the ThinkPad. So, yeah.
Okay. So
it's really no question for me. Now, for you, you know, again, like Mac OS is kind of the thing. If you've always used Mac OS and you don't want to switch to Windows, you're not going to get the ThinkPad.
Right.
Because it runs Windows.
You're going to go for the Mac. But that's kind of the difference. Okay, I was just curious what you would think, and that was obviously an easy answer for you. Before we take a look at some of the other deals, I do want to again remind everybody we are live. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope. Coming up in just about 15 minutes or so, we've got former astronaut Mike Massimino, who's going to be joining us to talk about the Mars InSight landing and everything that's going on with that.
On Cyber Monday deals? You should ask
Mike's
him.
Cyber Monday
Do you have any Cyber Monday deals on rovers?
Yes, we'll ask. If there's a rover special. Can I get a rover, please? Like half off. So we've got Mike joining us here in a bit. Taking a look at some of the comments. Nunzio says hello from Italy. We've got Elliot who asked, we do have the giveaway going on for the Samsung 4K UHD 8 series television that we're giving away here throughout today. We've got 5 questions we're asking, one of which I actually ran by Matt. I won't tell you what it is yet, but I think I checked with you.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I thought that was a fairly tough one.
Good. See, and if you think it's tough, then I know it's tough. But they're not all tough. The bottom line is you're going to have to answer all 5 of them and then email to dtlive@digitaltrends.com the answers to all 5. Someone was asking, I think Paul was asking, if there's a subject, just say giveaway in the subject. If you have all 5 right answers, we're not going to discount you just because you don't have the subject correctly. But say giveaway in the subject. That's probably just easy, and we will make sure we get it. But it's the first person to email in with all 5 correct answers will win the television. All right, let's continue on, though, talking about Samsung. We do have something from Samsung right now.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. So it's the Samsung 32-inch class curved F395 LED monitor.
Yeah, so this monitor is one that at its normal price, which I think is like around $370 there, you know, at $370 it's kind of like, it's not like it's a bad monitor, but $370 for a lot of people is fairly expensive for a monitor.
Right.
And so at that price you would expect something really exceptional. However, it's like 50% off.
Yep.
So this is, what's the price there?
It's normally $389, 57% off at $169.
Okay, so now you're talking about a $170 monitor, which is like solidly in the budget of pretty much, you know, your normal new desktop buyer.
Yeah, if you're going to be buying a monitor, that seems like a price you would expect.
And so it's 32 inches. It's got a bit of a curve to it. So hey, like if it wasn't Cyber Monday, you might be getting instead a 27-inch monitor. So why not upgrade to the 32-inch monitor? Like that's a big monitor, and I can tell you, like it's nice. It's nice to have the extra space. Extra size.
What size of monitor do you normally use?
Well, right now I'm using the 49-inch Dell Ultra Wide. You might remember that from an earlier episode of DT or Digital Trends Daily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm using that right now.
Okay, but 32 inches though, that's still a really nice sized monitor.
Yes, it is very large.
At that price. I mean, probably good for gaming.
Most people are, for like compared to the monitors most people are used to using, which is going to be like a 24 or 27 inch, 32 inches is like. going to be huge.
What's the advantage of it being a curved monitor?
It's mostly, it's just more immersive.
Yeah.
It's not a huge advantage, but it's kind of gotten to the point where like curved monitors aren't necessarily much more expensive, especially in this case. So I think it looks a little nicer. If you were only going to use it for office work, I guess you might not want it, but it's not really the purpose of this monitor. So
question coming through, what's the highest resolution on that monitor?
1080p.
1080p. Okay.
So that's sort of the downside, I guess, for the size. 1080p is a low resolution. You're not going to want to sit too close to it, but you know, again, it's really the price makes it right in this case.
Yeah.
It also was an alternative there that I drug up because that Samsung, it looks like it's pretty much going out of stock as we speak.
So that's one of those you got to jump
scramble.
on it right now.
Yeah. And this one is it looks like more widely available. It's the Dell UltraSharp U3415W.
Did you just do that off of memory?
Yes.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I reviewed that monitor, so that's a good way to remember. Yeah, so this is a more expensive monitor. It's $500 right now on sale, so that definitely puts it in a different price tier. However, this is a 34-inch monitor.
34 inches.
And it's a 34-inch ultra-wide, so that means it's a different aspect ratio. It's very wide.
Okay.
And it's also a really good monitor. When it's time we reviewed it, we said it was the best ultra-wide monitor we reviewed so far. Since then, we reviewed a few even more expensive ones that are better, but it's still like a super good monitor. And $500, the original price was like $1,200.
Wow.
So $500 is way off the original price.
Yeah.
Also, Dell UltraSharps are like, they're basically heirloom monitors. Like they will last a very long time, generally speaking. So yeah, like you're going to find this to be something that's like, you buy this monitor and it's like, all right, for 5 to 10 years I have my monitor.
Yeah.
Like you just don't have to worry about it anymore.
So you're set. I mean, I like that idea too of that if you're going to buy something like that, you know, you're going to spend that money.
Yeah.
You have something that's going to last for a long time. And again, that's the alternative that Matt was talking about to the
UltraSharp U2415W. I saw the best price on Newegg, $500. But and they were still in stock. But Amazon's also selling it for like $550, which is still an amazing deal.
And we probably have links at digitaltrends.com, I'm sure, to this that people can check out. So again, digitaltrends.com/DT deals. Going through here on Cyber Monday, checking out the deals in pretty much every different section that we have here at Digital Trends, walking through, and we're talking about computing, but let's also talk about gaming while we're here. And this, I did see this deal over the weekend, and I don't even, I'm a PS4 player, but the deal, I'm kind of like, I don't know, I kind of want to pick it up anyway, just because it's so good. It's the Xbox One S, 1 terabyte. The Minecraft part I'm not so into, but Minecraft Creators Bundle. So Xbox.
Not a Minecraft fan, huh?
Not a big Minecraft fan.
You're the two, you know, you're into the more mature adult stuff.
Yes, that's exactly.
More serious gamer.
I'm a serious gamer. No, I get bored. The Xbox One S, 1 terabyte Minecraft Creators Bundle. So normally $299. Right now, $199.
Yeah. So this is a really. What I like about this deal is the Xbox One S, I think, is the perfect, like, general purpose family console.
Okay.
You know, like it plays all your cross-platform games, and there are some exclusives on Xbox too. Not as good as the PS4 ones, but you know, like you don't have to play every game in existence, right?
Right.
Like you can let a few go here.
Who has the time?
It's $200. That really puts it into a price category that is like super affordable for a lot of families.
Right.
You know, like that $100 can really make a difference. Comes with Minecraft. That's a great like family game. You can play it couch co-op. You know, if you have children, you want to play a couch co-op game with your kid. Like this is a great option because you can play split screen and just build up a fort with them.
Twice as boring.
Or if that's not your jam, you can play online with that game as well.
Right.
And Xbox has Xbox Game Pass, so that's like a $10 a month thing where you get access to all these games, like a big library of games. So again, from an affordability aspect, that's really good. And it also is a little bit better as a home theater device than the PS4. It's got an HDMI pass-through capability, and so it can integrate a little bit better than a PS4 can. I think it's a little bit better of a Netflix machine.
Really?
So like you buy the Xbox One S, you know, it's $200. You stick it in your home theater. It'll play all the regular games. Like it's just a really good value all around. So yeah, like it's really hard to go wrong with that.
So that's the Xbox One S 1 terabyte Minecraft Creators Bundle. Again, digitaltrends.com. You can take a look there and get links to all of these deals. And finally, too, we wanted to just talk about a couple of games.
Yeah.
Fallout 76, you know, new release.
Yeah. So this is an interesting one. Fallout 76 came out. It took a lot of thumps in the reviews,
Yep.
mainly because of bugs. And you know they're patching it. It's still a bit buggy right now. I've played a fair bit of it myself. I like it though. It's definitely my jam. And $35 like for a new release like so quickly is sort of unheard of. So that's definitely like a good deal if you were looking at that game or you've played the past Fallout games and you liked those. This is pretty much the same thing. Although it's an online game instead of single player only.
Okay.
So yeah, that's definitely one to keep an eye on. I also had an alternative in there I thought is sort of a perennial, oh, not perennial, but like it's just a really good one to go for. At GameStop, Assassin's Creed Odyssey has been throughout Black Friday and Cyber Monday on sale for $27, or I think it might be $27.99. And that game is not quite as new of a release, but it's just like a really solid role-playing sort of game all around. It's a huge game,
Right.
and a beautiful game on pretty much any system that you play it on. And for that to be out at $28 right now, like you can get that, and you're going to enjoy that game for a long time. They've also made some really good steps with their patches since the release. It wasn't like a super buggy game at release, but they've patched up whatever bugs there were. They've added in some neat features like the ability to customize your armor look.
So you can
like so you can go get your armor and like customize your person to look exactly the way you want with exactly the items you want, and just make yourself into this really awesome warrior and go
I already want
march around ancient Greece, which is a really unique setting. So I think it's definitely one to pick up.
That is a great deal. And again, that's Assassin's Creed Odyssey, all taking a look here through the computing and gaming section with some of the different deals for Cyber Monday. Matt, thanks so much for hopping in.
Yeah, no
Let us
problem.
know about some of these. You can
Good luck out there.
Yeah, I know, right?
May your deal still be in stock.
Yeah, may your deals be ever in stock. So digitaltrends.com/GT deals. We need to take a quick break because we're going to be hopping back here live on Digital Trends Live with former astronaut Mike Massimino. And I'm very excited to have him join us. We're going to talk about the Mars InSight landing, everything that's going on with that, all of this work that's gone up to it. We're going to have some questions for him. We're watching, you're watching live right now, so go ahead and drop your comments, your questions in there. We'll take a quick break. Drew Prindle's going to hop back in with us. We'll be back in a minute with more Digital Trends Live. Welcome back to Digital Trends Live. Thanks for joining us. It is a huge day in space exploration. The Mars InSight lander is going to be hitting the atmosphere of Mars, hopefully, very soon and within a couple of hours here. I'm Greg Nibbler, here joined by Drew Prindle.
How's it going?
Drew, thanks for joining us. And I don't want to waste any time. I want to bring in our star guest right now. So he's on via Skype, and what I am sure is a very, very busy day. We have former astronaut Mike Massimino. Hello, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. Thanks for having me.
I want to say, well, I'm curious where you're heading right now. It's probably somewhere important that you can't even tell us what it is. But as you're
top secret space stuff.
top secret.
I'm actually headed to New York City. NASA's having a bit of an event for the landing at Times Square. And then we're going to go to NASDAQ and ring the final bell. So the NASDAQ and NASA were nice enough to invite me, so that's where I'm headed.
That is very exciting. Well, let's talk about this because I know your time is precious today. Why don't we walk through just maybe give your explanation of what the InSight landing is for anybody who needs to be caught up to date, and then I've got some specific questions that I want to ask from there.
Okay, yeah, I lost you for a minute, but I got you back now.
Okay, why don't you walk us through what the InSight landing is? Oh, okay, we're having just a little bit of problem there. So I'll wait until we know if Mike can hear us again. Okay, so just talking about the InSight.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you right now, if you can hear us. So, we're obviously dealing with Mike's on the go right now, huge day. So just talking about the InSight landing, this lander is heading to the Martian atmosphere. It's going to be, I guess the bottom line is, I want to talk about what the goals are with this, but it seems like there's so many things that can go wrong with doing something like this. What needs to happen for this to go right?
Well, first off, hopefully it'll have good communication, unlike what we're showing right now between you and I. But So now the spacecraft is a long way away. Mars is very far away. It's taken it months to get there, and now today is the day where it actually enters the atmosphere. And a series of technological miracles have to occur for it to enter the atmosphere correctly, a parachute to deploy, retro rockets to fire, and for it to land successfully on the surface. And so, your chances of success are hopefully pretty good, but there still is the very significant chance that it might not happen. It's an autonomous spacecraft. Everything has to work automatically. They're not going to be in communication with the spacecraft to be able to control it directly because of the long distance. So they have to hope that all these things happen like they have planned. The series of things that have to happen, such as a parachute, retro rockets, landing, and coming into the atmosphere and so on, all that has to happen correctly so that the spacecraft will survive and not crash and reach the surface successfully. I think there's a pretty good chance that that's going to happen. I think that will happen, and hopefully that'll be the outcome this afternoon.
So, question for you. If there's anything that is going to fail, what do you think is the most likely thing that could go wrong?
I think throughout the entry, things have to be timed correctly, and the atmosphere has to be picked up correctly.
We're having a little bit of technical difficulty.
I think things like the parachute being deployed at the right time, the retro rockets firing at the right time. I think that whole sequence of things is probably the most risky.
We lost a little bit of you during that one, but we're gonna keep on going on here. So yeah, again, it's hilarious that I think it's ironic that we can send this lander to Mars and the technology.
But we can't do this.
Yeah, but we can't talk to Mike in New York. But at the same time, though, just walking through talking about this, I do think talking about how we're going to see this broadcast, like maybe we should talk about that for just a second, of watching everybody, the entire team as they're going through this this years and years and years of effort. I mean, this is, what, a decade in the planning. They were supposed to launch 2 years ago. There was an issue, and now we're to this point, and then it'll come down to that 7 minutes of terror. What is it like being on that team? I mean, what is it like for the team members at NASA, seeing something like this culminate? Like, what's the feeling like for people at NASA?
Well, I've never been on that team. I mean, I've been on the NASA team, of course, but
I guess that's what I meant.
With sending people places. So, but it's always that unknown. Every time you're dealing with a launch or with an entry or with anything in space, there's a high risk involved. But it's challenging and then the big day comes where you're going to know whether or not it successfully makes it. And so today's a very exciting day for them. So I think it's probably kind of a mix of stress and excitement and anticipation, but
right, going from there. And as you're cutting out, I wanted to ask another question too. So I do watch your show, The Planets. As we get caught back up there, I watch your show, The Planets and Beyond, on Science Channel. It's a great show. There was a clip where you were talking about being on the Hubble Space Telescope, and there was something, you were fixing a panel, I believe it was, and you accidentally stripped a screw, which never planned. And the way that you guys ended up fixing it is you talked to the ground engineers. The ground engineers basically came back to you and said, rip off the panel door. And that was the solution, this engineering solution. But when you have something like this with an autonomous ship, obviously there's not a person up there that can make those decisions. Are they able to make changes on the fly with this kind of technology, or is that something that is just not possible? You set it out there and then that's it. You can't make those changes.
Well, they can. I'm sure there's some changes they can make, but I think that's part of the difficulty when you have autonomous vehicles, spacecraft where people aren't there to improvise. Sometimes there's issues, and so it limits what you can do. For example, the Mars rover has when it's been exploring, it had to move extremely slowly because if it would encounter something that was unknown or unforeseen, they wouldn't be able to easily fix it. For example, they had one of the previous rovers on Mars was stuck and probably just needed a little shove, but there's no one there to give it a little push. And so that was game over for that vehicle years back. So I think it does limit what you can do, and certainly there are things they can do, but not as much as you can do if you have a person on site.
I think that's a good point, just talking about the future of space travel. With the advancement of AI and robotics, it seems like there's more and more things that it can do, maybe some of it more efficiently than humans, but some of it can't. What are your thoughts on that as far as the roles of humans in space going forward?
Well, I think as far as AI and robotics go, as they get better and better, I think that they'll be able to do more and more. And we still like to have people on the spot, as we just said a minute ago, to improvise and to make decisions and to interact with whatever needs to be done. You don't have that sort of flexibility yet with robotics, but eventually someday we will. But I think it's just a changing role. And I think, for example, with going from the space shuttle to where we are with the space station, the space shuttle was very much a manually controlled deal where the guys had to do just about everything for that station. With the space station, most of it is done from the ground. A lot of it is autonomous. And so as technology improves, as we improve with AI and with robotics, I think it'll just make things better. And astronauts will be able to concentrate on other things, like the things that people are good at, like exploring, maybe doing some of the experiments, and doing things that people are good at. And the more that we can hand over, I think, the robotics and autonomy, I think the better off we're going to be, and it's always going to be a role for people.
I think that's interesting, the symbiotic relationship, and looking at it from that aspect. I mean, it's not something that's going to, take away that human aspect of exploration, but actually combine the two.
Totally.
With that,
I think it'll enhance it. Yeah.
Enhance it.
It's important to embrace the technology. Don't be scared. Yeah.
I think we feel that same way here at Digital Trends. A couple other questions too, just to get you just talking about this, with the future of space exploration. We're sending landers to Mars, but obviously there's the goal to eventually send a person to Mars. So I want to ask you, would you go on the Mars trip?
Maybe, but I'm really doubtful they're going to ask me. I think Mars mission is really a long way off still, and we can pretend that it's happening soon, but it probably isn't. It's been 10 to 15, 20 years off for the past 40 years, and these 10, 15 years go by, and we're still 10 to 15 years away from it. I think it's still going to be a while before we're able to send people there. We have not sent people beyond orbit since around 1972. That we're out with the onset of the commercial companies now contributing on their own, their privatization of space, and I think that what's going to be done in low Earth orbit, I think we're also going to be exploring beyond that.
We lost you
now. Not necessarily anytime soon, but hopefully we can do things like get to the moon, for example, and put an outpost there, a science settlement there, learn how to live on a planetary surface, and then from there, I think the Mars is going to be a little more accessible to us. I think we'll eventually get there, but I think it's going to be a while.
Do you think, and you may have said this and it just cut out because I'm pretty sure you're broadcasting from Mars right now secretly, but
seems like it.
Do you think it's more likely that it'll be a private interest that sets up something like a moon base, something like a Blue Origin or SpaceX or whoever comes along, or will it be a country funded like NASA that would do that first? Who do you think is going to get there first?
I actually think it's going to be a combination. I think that there are interests that private companies could have on the moon, such as mining resources or tourism. And I also think that there are interests in the area of technology and exploration research that countries would have interest in, and not just the United States, but countries around the world. So I think that the way it's going to happen, I don't know. I wish if I really knew it, but there's some.
Missed it.
But what I would expect is that it's going to be some sort of I think that you could combine what governments do well and what private companies have been able to do well. I think it's going to be a team effort. I think it's a big enough project where trying to do it going alone might be a little bit too tough right now anyway.
Right. Yeah, and that's I think that's a great way to look at it, because I think at this point we do kind of need everybody contributing to make sure it happens. Drew, did you have any final questions here before we?
So let's say this landing goes right and we make it to the Martian surface. What happens after that? What's the next thing this lander does?
Yeah, that'll be cool. It is not a rover. What we've had in the past, like with the current rover, is something that moves around the planet. That's not going to happen. What this is going to be is a stationary probe, but it's going to look underneath the surface, much further underneath the surface, and study the surface of Mars more than any other spacecraft has before. So I think what's going to be interesting here is we're going to find out what's underneath the surface, what is going to be. It's going to have a seismograph on it, so it's going to study the planet itself, and it can do that from just about any location. So we're going to learn a lot about the composition of Mars, and I think we can use that information, compare it to what we know about our planet, to see the differences and maybe make some conclusions about how our planet evolved as well. So I think we'll learn a lot about Mars, and I think looking forward, there may be signs of life on Mars, maybe at the microbial level underneath the surface. This is not a probe that's going to be looking for life or signs of life from a long time ago or anything like that, but we may be able to learn something about how life came to be on this planet and how it did not flourish on Mars, for example, but it did flourish on Earth. And maybe we'll eventually find out some of the answers to those big questions as well. So I think there may be other questions that will be developed that we can't even imagine. I think you go into something like this with a new spacecraft, similar like they did with the Hubble Space Telescope, that they knew there were things they wanted to investigate. Like in the case of Hubble, they wanted to see if they could find planets in other solar systems and the existence of black holes. And they were able to do those things. They wanted to look for those things, and they found them possible. But then they found things that they never could have imagined. If that's going to be this spacecraft, it'll be on the surface and kind of things to the questions that they're asking. But I think it might also really surprise us with what it learns. Things that we couldn't even imagine might be found. We'll see.
Well, that's part of the excitement about this, just space exploration in general. I'm always intrigued anytime there's something new going on. And with the InSight landing, again, you can watch this, you can watch the broadcast. I love how this is open for everybody to take a look at. And Mike, I want to thank you so much for hopping on our show too.
Yeah, you bet.
It's Astro_Mike on Twitter. I believe the first person to tweet from space is one of your.
Me.
That was you. So.
Yep.
So there you go. I mean, you've got no other reason not to follow. So Astro_Mike, Mike Massimino, thank you so much for taking time out of your really busy day to hop on here for Digital Trends Live.
Thanks, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Hopefully it'll go a little bit better for the Mars probe today.
Exactly. All right. Mike, thanks a lot. Right. So there you go. That was bye. That was Mike Massimino. Hopping on here on our live Digital Trends broadcast.
That was pretty sweet.
That was pretty cool. I mean, even with the technical difficulties, I think we still understood where he was going with a lot of those answers. But I found it really interesting, just his take on the AI and robotics part, because you see so much. It feels like nowadays where people are talking about how AI and robotics are taking over some human jobs,
a lot of human jobs.
A lot of human jobs.
Yeah.
In a good way and a bad way. And he's looking at it as more, no, this is something that's a benefit.
I mean, it definitely is, because it just takes so many resources to put humans in space.
Yeah.
Just because, you got to worry about food and health and all of these things. But if you get a sufficiently advanced AI up there, all it needs is electricity.
Yeah, and have that, and then combine that, with the human side of it as well. You still get, the little things like he's talking about, like the rover just needed a little push.
Yeah.
A human could just give that little tap.
And that's the benefit. It's like, if something goes wrong that's unplanned,
Right.
humans can react dynamically and do something about it.
And then also just the idea of, of exploring. Like, AI is going to be like, okay, this is my job, or the robotics will be, this is my job. A human can be like, well, but wait a minute, that over there looks way more interesting. Let's go check out that rock. There's a space crab looking at me. I'm just making that up on the spot. But, the human's going to have a much more, going to be able to adapt to that, I feel like, a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, really fascinating. So we're going to be doing our broadcast. We're continuing on with our broadcast here for Cyber Monday. We've got some other interviews coming up, some other editors hopping on, but a huge thank you to Mike for hopping on to talk about that, talk about the Mars InSight landing, which is going to be broadcast live. We'll let you know. Basically, it runs right up to the end of our broadcast, so you just stick here with us, and then you go to that. And I do have the opportunity to win a Samsung 4K UHD Series 8 television.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah. No, we're giving one away. And we've had 5 different, what we're going to be doing is we have 5 different questions that I will ask you. You need to get the answer to all 5 of them correct and be the first person to email the answer to all 5 to dtlive@digitaltrends.com. We asked one earlier. Where was the first woman on space? There we go. Okay, it said I wasn't going to give it again, but there it is again. And we'll be asking another one here in just a minute. But let's talk about Cyber Monday with Drew. So Drew is our emerging tech editor. And Drew, what do we have in emerging tech when it comes to Cyber Monday?
So there's lots of just weird little gadgets. Some of the best stuff that I've come across has been actually drone deals this year.
Nice.
Lots of, I wouldn't say great deals, but they're good. They're the best deals you're going to get all year. So DJI rolled out a bunch of different discounts on a wide range of their products that they have. One of the best ones that they have is what you're seeing right now is the Mavic Air drone.
The Mavic Air seems like that's like the staple, like if you want to get into a good drone, that's the one to get.
It's kind of the best of all worlds. It's got a great little 4K camera. It's not the best one that they have, but it's really good, and it's also just so small. It's ridiculously small. You can fit this in your pocket, but despite the fact that it's so small, it's still every bit as stable as DJI's bigger drones. It has just as much battery life. It can fight wind really well. It's got pretty much every feature that you could ever want in a drone, and it comes in just that tiny little package.
Yeah, that you can just take with you. And so, what's the deal that we're looking at?
It's $100 off.
Okay.
From Black Friday to Cyber Monday, so you can still get in on this deal. I think it ends at midnight tonight. There's also a deal, I'm forgetting the numbers, but the deal is it's for their Fly More combo, which gives you some extra batteries, some extra props, a bunch of other gear that typically does cost a lot if you just buy those pieces individually. They have them all bundled together. I think that is also $100 or $200 off of the original price. You might have to look that up.
Right. Well, I mean, the deals change constantly. That's why we have them all updated at Digital Trends. Again, digitaltrends.com/DT-deals, and keep up to date, with what those different those changes are as it goes through the day. So yeah, right now, I mean, the bundles seem like that's a really big thing when it comes to Cyber Monday. A good time to get in on like a whole system of stuff.
I mean, they're just trying to move more products, so that's why they put these bundles together. And I mean, it's good for you if you're looking to get into flying drones. This is the week to do it.
So that was the DJI Mavic Air, and it's normally $799. It's on sale for $699. And then this next one is even a bigger savings, which is the Unique Typhoon.
Yeah. Unique is slashing prices on these, and I think it's because this drone is a little bit older.
Okay.
So this thing came out 2-3 years ago. I remember it seems like ages since I reviewed it, but it's still a really powerful, really good drone. It's a hexacopter, unlike the quadcopters that we're used to seeing. And one of the cool things about that is that if one of the props fails for some reason, it can still fly with 5.
Oh, nice.
So it won't just drop out of the sky.
So yeah, you run it into a branch, it's going to be okay.
It also has that sweet retractable landing gear.
That just looks
so you don't have to fly with that. Yeah, it's a sweet little drone. And the other great thing about this is it comes with they call it a ground station. So it's like a controller that has a built-in like 7-inch HD display.
Cool.
So you don't have to like attach your phone or an iPad to it, which is something that DJI does, which isn't terrible, but I mean, looking at a live feed on your phone isn't always the best thing, especially if you have kind of an older, crappier phone that doesn't have a lot of pixels. But this thing just comes with a great HD display on it, so it's really easy to see where you're flying, where you're going, and just fly with a lot more confidence than you otherwise would.
And that's the Unique Typhoon. So it's normally $1,299, $1,299. On sale right now, looks like 30% off.
Yeah.
So $899. That is a really good deal to get into that.
I mean, the other cool thing about this is it's kind of designed as like a blank canvas of a drone. So you can get this base package, and there are all kinds of different add-ons that you can put on.
Oh, that's cool.
So it has some amount of obstacle avoidance, just the stock package. It uses sonar to kind of tell if there are trees in its path, and it'll automatically stop if you're going to crash into something. But it's not super robust just because it's sound-based. So but what you can do, if you want to spend a little bit more money, is get this Intel RealSense obstacle avoidance thing. And it's basically a sensor that you can clip into the front of it, and it will give it drastically more powerful obstacle avoidance abilities.
Very cool. Yeah, that is something that I would need because I've crashed.
I'm telling you, it's kind of crucial. Regardless of how good of a pilot you are, there's always going to be a situation where you just didn't see something coming. I ran into a telephone wire one time.
Yeah.
Because it was just this thin little strip of black in the sky. Couldn't see it against the horizon. Just smashed right into it.
Yeah, I got my dad a drone last Christmas, and I was like, "Hey, yeah, this is a sweet drone. Here, let me show you how to fly it, though. Let me just show you how to use this." And then I instantly went up too high, and it just crashed into a tree and into the neighbor's property. And this neighbor that doesn't like anybody going on the property, I had to sneak over. It was a huge issue.
So you basically had to be like a 10-year-old.
You had to, I'm like, great. I hope he doesn't have a gun.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah. So don't let me fly your drones. That's the bottom line. All right, a couple more quick deals here before we need to go to commercial. We've got the Fitbit Versa.
Versa.
There's a Fitbit Versa that's 25% off. I know there's so many deals happening too that it's probably a lot for even you to keep up with.
Yeah, totally. I wasn't honestly even aware that this one was here.
There we go. There's a Fitbit Versa that's 25% off. Any final deal that you've seen in particular that you're
Okay, so there was one that came up. I actually brought it in, but I forgot to bring it into the studio. So if Jake, if you could just run in the background right now, it's the sleeping bag. So I am just such a geek about outdoor gear, and there is this company that nobody's really heard of. It's called Outdoor Vitals. They came out with a sleeping bag that it's so rad. It's super high quality. It's got like the best down in it. It has an anti-snag zipper, And normally for like a really high quality sleeping bag, you would have to spend upwards of $300.
Yeah.
For something that's like 0 degree or 15 degree. You can get this thing for like $150 right now. 147, they have it on sale. For the 30 degree one, you can get it for like $130. And it's just mind-blowingly good. It's one of the best sleeping bags I've ever had, ever used, and you're just not gonna find something that has that quality materials. It's got the best down inside of it. It's waterproof.
For how much was it?
$130
Yeah,
for like the base package, and it's
probably gonna get that actually.
just absurdly good sleeping bag. The thing about it is designed for hammock camping, actually, the Mummy Pod. So it's designed, in addition to being a regular sleeping bag that you can sleep on the ground with, you can run a hammock through it, and it will kind of cocoon you up inside of it and keep you warm from all angles. Basically eliminates the need for you to use a sleeping pad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's I kind of want to.
Yeah, kind of came across this over the weekend when I was just surfing deals for myself. It's not something that I don't think we have on DT right now, but I'm definitely going to write a post about it because it's a screaming deal.
Wow. All right, well, check that out, digitaltrends.com. So post probably coming up pretty soon on that. Digitaltrends.com/DT deals. Again, Drew, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
You're going to stick with me here for just a second before we go to break. Kim Wetzel from our smart home section is going to be coming in a minute. But I got to ask another question. It's time for another trivia question because we are giving away the Samsung 4K UHD 8 series television, a 65-inch television. We already asked the first one. Here's the second question. So write this answer down on your own, unless if you post it in the chat, then everybody's going to know. Who coined the term Cyber Monday? Who coined the term Cyber Monday? That is question number 2 of 5 in your quest to be the next owner of a Samsung 65-inch UHD 4K television. Okay, that's a lot to say in one breath. But we are giving away one. So that's the second question in our 5 questions. So write that answer down, get that email ready to go to dtlive@digitaltrends.com once we get through all 5 questions during today's broadcast. And we are continuing on. So again, thanks to Mike Massimino, of former NASA astronaut, who joining us to talk about the Mars InSight landing. Continuing on here in a minute, we're going to take a quick break, and then Kim Wetzel is going to hop in to talk about smart homes. Huge, huge discounts on all kinds of different things when it comes to the smart home section, and she's going to walk us through some of the best deals out there. Continuing on live here with Digital Trends Live. Back with Digital Trends Live here for our Cyber Monday special. Continuing on bringing you all the deals that are happening as we've got them up at digitaltrends.com/DT deals. And all kinds of different sections are having amazing, amazing deals. And we are joined now by Kim Wetzel. Hello,
Hi.
Kim. Hi. To talk about smart homes. Smart home products seem to be a huge, huge thing for Cyber Monday now. Like more than even other departments.
They really are. I mean, I think the advent of the smart speaker, the Amazon Alexa devices, the Google devices, and the fact that they're inexpensive.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. it's really taking off.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, I already actually bought one of the dots.
Did you? One of these?
Yeah,
yeah, totally.
I got one of those because it was so cheap.
It was like $24, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second, I'm sure. But.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's so many good things that are out there right now. I mean, and thinking about, we're going to get into kind of the smart home hubs and that side of things, but also there's deals on even things like the Instant Pot Duo 6-quart.
Yes. Have you heard of the Instant Pot?
I have heard of the Instant Pot. I have not used an Instant Pot. I'll say this.
I haven't either. I should admit that, but I will say that they are crazy. Like, people go crazy.
Everybody's
for these
getting
things.
them. Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you are one of those people who like loves to cook, you know, or if you're like a bachelor. We have lots of single dudes in our office who love the Instant Pot.
Right. It makes it easy. It makes,
right.
You know, maybe I would totally take advantage of that.
Yes,
yeah,
you should.
but I mean, the Instant Pot, I mean, and especially over Thanksgiving, I knew so many people that were cooking with these.
Yeah, we ran a
Instant Pot.
post about how to cook your entire Thanksgiving meal in an Instant Pot.
Well,
so yeah.
I mean, and the special that's on right now, so it's normally $100, it's 30% off at $70.
Yeah, that's the Duo.
Okay, that's the
but
Duo
there are
6-quart.
several models. The Duo is the one that's probably the most popular. I think it's one of their flagship products. But you can go on Amazon right now. You can go to Kohl's, Target, and you can get 30 to 40% off a lot of the Instant Pot models right now.
Wow.
And for those of you who don't know, if there are any people left who don't know what an Instant Pot is, basically it is a pressure cooker, a steamer, a yogurt maker, a slow cooker. It's just one device rolled into one, and it really makes life easy in the kitchen.
Wow. So the Instant Pot Duo, this is a 6-quart, but all the other ones sounds like are on sale as well. So you can check out those deals, digitaltrends.com/GT deals. Continuing on with the smart home section, let's talk about the Google Home Hub.
Yeah.
That one first?
Sure.
Which is
so
what we're looking at.
Yeah, I've got one right in front of me actually. So this excuse me.
I know there's so many. Yeah.
Google just introduced this little guy in October, and it's essentially the answer to the Google or to the Amazon Echo Show. You can see it. It's basically a Google Assistant with a speaker and a screen as well. Family pictures showing up here, my feed. But you see it can serve as an alarm clock. It can serve as a little smart control like hub here. I could turn on my lights at home if I wanted to right now, check out my camera footage, all kinds of fun stuff that you can do with this device. And it has, like I said, it's a Google Assistant speaker built in. I have the microphone off, so we're not going to turn
Not
it
annoying
on.
people with it right now.
But this is already a good deal at $149 usually, but the Cyber Monday deal is $99 for this. I think that there's one at Target. You can get it on the Google website. I'm seeing it in a lot of different places for the $99 price tag.
$99 is the really good deal for something like this.
Yeah, for a device with the screen that's a smart speaker that controls everything. It also serves as a digital photo frame. It has a lot of usefulness to it for sure.
What would you, like, between this and the Echo Show, like, say you're trying to debate which one to get, like, what are the key things to look at?
Yeah, well, they're kind of two different animals. They both are smart speakers with the screen, but this one, unlike the Echo Show, doesn't have a camera with it. So if you're one of those people who freaks out, I don't need a camera. What is this camera doing?
I don't want them
spying
watching
on me? This might be the way to go. If you're looking for something that has a larger screen, like this is, I think, a 7-inch versus the Echo Show, which has a 10-inch screen. The Echo Show is probably a better bet for consuming media. Also listening to music. You're not going to get good quality sound with
So that's
Google
something,
Home Hub.
I mean, for myself, I usually pair it with something else anyway, but I could see if, like, you're using it by your bedstand, you know, you'd want the speaker there. You don't want to have to pair it to it.
Yeah.
Sound system, so.
Something else to consider, and I should have brought the Echo Show on here. We could have talked about that too, but it's a lot smaller. Like you see, like it's got a really tiny footprint here. It's not going to take up a lot of space. So if you wanted to use it as an alarm clock, you absolutely could. And the fact that you know it doesn't have a camera might make people more comfortable putting it right next to their bed.
And taking a look at the deal here, so that's what if you were watching live and you see me keep looking on here, it's because, you know, deals are changing constantly, but what the deal is right now, normally, $149, $99, as you were saying, 30% off. And so you can check that out, digitaltrends.com. Let's talk about this Echo Dot that we have here. The new Echo Dot.
Yeah.
The version 3?
This is
3.
the version 3. This This little guy is only $24 right now. I can't believe it. It's normally $50. It just came out in September, so it essentially is an Amazon Alexa speaker. The difference between this one and the old Echo Dot is the sound quality is significantly better than the older one, which you've learned. You have one now. You just bought one, or you're getting one?
It's not here yet.
You're getting one.
I've got the original Dot at home, and yeah, the speaker's not that great on it.
Yeah.
But I've heard this one here, and it is way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
And for $24, I can't even believe they can make technology for that cheap nowadays. It just is mind-boggling. So this one to me is a no-brainer. Like, even if you are, I don't know, if you're on the fence or you're like, I don't know, maybe just buy one.
Right.
It's $24.
It's $24. Seriously, I mean, it's a great chance to try it out. And I think one of the things that seems to be a barrier for a lot of people if they haven't tried a smart home system yet, or a smart home hub or speaker of any kind, is like, I don't know. I don't know if I don't have any use for that. Why would I use it? Get one and try it, and then you'll kind of see there's actually a lot of uses for it. It's really pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I mean,
$24.
You can stream music from this. It can serve as a speaker by itself. And for $24, that in itself is a great deal. So I will point out, too, that the older version is $20 on sale right now.
So you can get the version 2. Is that
you
what
can
it is?
get
The 2.0?
The 2.0 version is $20 for Cyber Monday, and this one is $24. And this one sounds significantly better, does all the same things that the other, the old Echo does. I should point out that Alexa, for Amazon Alexa devices, Alexa's the same in all of them. It's not like you get like more Alexa with this.
You get Super Alexa.
Super Alexa.
Alexa Plus.
No, this has, they all have the same Alexa technology built in. So it's, to me, a no-brainer. Like, this is hands down the best deal I've seen so far for Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
And that's the Amazon Echo Dot 3.0. And you can check out the review, too, if you want to read that at digitaltrends.com as well. Continuing on with our smart home devices, the Nest Learning Thermostat.
Ah, yes.
Do you use a smart thermostat?
I do. I have an Ecobee. But the Nest one is really beautiful. It's really amazing.
So what all does a smart thermostat do?
Good question. So you might be thinking, why would you buy a thermostat? You're probably not going to be buying a thermostat for maybe you would for a gift, but most likely, come on, it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
The smart thermostat, the Nest Learning Thermostat, the word learning is key there because it actually learns your habits. It learns the temperature you want to set it at over time, and it automatically adjusts accordingly.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really great. Nest is owned by Google, or they're the same company, but the Nest Learning Thermostat also works with Alexa too. People don't know that per se, but it's absolutely true. You can add the Alexa skill, and that means you can control the temperature with your voice. As an aside, you can also get temperature sensors to set throughout your house that will help you with that whole learning thing that helps you save energy over time. And for this particular one, I believe it's on sale for 30% off for Cyber Monday. Is that right?
Yeah, let me pull up the deal. $250 normally, $180 right now. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean that's an excellent deal.
Yeah, and so will this connect just to your heating system that you already have?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really beautiful. You saw it just now in the B-roll. It's like very pretty. It's very intuitive. It has the dial and everything. So I don't know. I'm a fan of the smart thermostats. Even though they're kind of boring, they're really, really great.
But they're
technology.
actually useful. Yeah.
Useful, great technology. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got that's the Nest Learning Thermostat, 30% off right now. You can check that out, Digital Trends. And then we have, this is actually something that I'm highly considering buying myself. Out of all the deals that we're talking about today, it's the Ring Alarm Home Monitoring System.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know what home monitoring means, it's like home security. Mm-hmm. And Ring is kind of at the forefront of the do-it-yourself home security. And the Ring alarm system allows you to set it up without any you can get professional monitoring with this, but essentially it's a keypad that lets you set alarms, that lets you arm and disarm. It comes with, you're seeing on the screen there, the motion sensors, which allow you to monitor motion in your home. You can put it near your front door, wherever you want to, your back door. And then there's the window or the contact sensors that will tell you or it will beep if the window opens.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. And this already, the 5-piece kit, I believe, is usually $199, which is really inexpensive for a home monitoring kit.
Right.
And I believe they have the 5-piece kit has like just the keypad. I believe it has like a contact sensor and a motion detector and a range extender. And what else you're looking at?
I'm looking at the 8 one.
The 8-piece has extra contact sensors, so to put on extra windows. And you can buy those contact sensors, like additional ones.
You can buy them
separately and add to it as you go. And of course, it works well with the Ring, doorbell and the video cameras and all of that. Like they have a whole ecosystem for home security that you can subscribe to. And Ring is, they're just a really great company. They are owned by Amazon, so everything, the Alexa integration is coming.
Yeah.
It's not there yet where it needs to be, but it's coming.
They just bought them not that long ago, right?
Yeah, less than a year ago,
Yeah.
but the integration is they're still working on it.
Well, and that is for the Ring home alarm Ring alarm home monitoring system that you can check out at Digital Trends. So many different things in the smart home section.
Yeah,
to talk about.
so many things we didn't talk about. So you could absolutely go to our website and find out about so many more products that we just didn't have time today to discuss.
And that is digitaltrends.com/DT deals, or just go to the smart home section where you can read a lot of Kim's reviews and everybody else on the team. Kim, thanks so much for popping in here today and to talk about these, because it is Cyber Monday, which is a huge deal. Everybody watching, I'm sure, wants to find the best deal, and that's why we're here bringing you all of this content. So coming up here in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking to Parker Hall about headphones and speakers in particular. Continuing on with that, there's some other great deals in that. We're live. We're broadcasting on Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, in addition to, of course, digitaltrends.com. So let us know your comments, your questions. If you have specific questions you want to ask about headphones or speakers, I'm sure Parker's going to be able to answer it for you. So let us know what those are. We also have more questions coming up in the quest to win a Samsung 4K UHD Series 8 65-inch television. I think I got it all.
Wow, good.
Yes, well, we'll see if that's right. Either way, we got a television we're giving away, and we got 3 more questions that you'll need to answer for that, and special guests coming up as well. So stick right here. Back in a couple more minutes with more Digital Trends Live Cyber Monday special. Continuing on with Digital Trends Live. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in wherever you are finding us. We do appreciate, of course, broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Periscope. We're in our second hour of our 3-hour Cyber Monday special already today. We've talked to Mike Massimino, the astronaut. Mike Massimino, former astronaut, talking about the Mars lander that's going to be happening later on today, the InSight lander. We've got all kinds of different section editors that have hopped on today, and we've had 2 questions in our quest for you to win a Samsung television. I'm Greg Nibbler. Thank you for joining us. And this next section is something I'm very excited about because I'm trying to find the next deal that I'm going to buy. And we're joined now by Parker Hall. Hello, Parker.
Hey, how's it going, Greg?
Doing well. Talking about speakers and headphones and for excuse me, for all the audiophiles out there. What do we have to talk about today?
So there are some absolutely screaming deals if you're looking for a new set of headphones, a new receiver, even some great speaker deals. So there's a lot of things out there for you if you're looking to improve your listening life.
Nice. Let's kind of walk down the list here of what we're going to discuss. I know we'll probably get to these ones that are in front of you at some point. I know a brand that has been interesting to me just to see their name back up as far as speakers is Jabra.
Yeah. So yeah, interestingly, you know, Jabra, the sort of kings of 2006 businessman walking down the street. Yeah. They have made a big splash the last year or two with their true wireless in-ears. So sort of direct competitors to Apple's AirPods, you know, their little sort of Golf T wireless in-ears. You know, they famously got rid of the headphone jack, so everyone's sort of clamoring for the next kind of small mobile listening option. And they have an insane deal on their Elite 65T with Alexa on board, actually, so you can even talk to your in-ear headphones. They're $50 off, so $120. That's $30 cheaper than the AirPods, and you can get, you know, what we think are the best true wireless headphones on the market. You know, an insane deal.
I know you and Ryan both are both big fans of this, and when it comes to sound, and you guys know sound. You are not afraid to say if you don't like something.
Yeah,
These
totally.
That you
know, what's interesting is like in the earlier generations of true wireless in-ears, we were kind of experiencing signal dropouts, you know, really poor audio quality, really bad battery life. And Jabra and Apple seem to be sort of at the forefront of making products that are actually good, which, you know, in this sort of early stage is pretty remarkable. So to get those at such a huge discount, you know, on Cyber Monday is a pretty awesome deal. So if you're looking for, you know, some headphones for your wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, and, you know, they like to work out or they're sort of on the go a lot, or Greg, if you want to donate to Greg, they're really one of the better options that we've seen, you know, pop up this Cyber Monday.
And these are the Jabra Elite 65T with Alexa built in. And you can check out the review, too, at Digital Trends as well. Continuing on with our deals, we've got the Bose Quiet Comfort 3 headphones.
Yeah. So Bose is, I mean, everyone who's ever been on an airplane has been jealous of the people who have been enjoying their silence courtesy of Bose.
Not listening to the screaming children or the annoying people next to you.
Yeah. So they sort of like pioneered noise-canceling headphones, and they remain at the forefront of the noise-canceling headphone space for sure. Them and Sony. I think we have a shot of some Sonys as well on the screen. But the Bose deal, you know, this is a company that doesn't, because they're so high up on the food chain, they rarely do discounts on their top-tier products because, frankly, they just don't need to. So to get them, I believe they're $50 off from their normal $350 price tag. That's a pretty great deal if you're, you know, a business traveler. You're looking for some great noise-canceling headphones that are super comfortable and will last you all day while you're traveling around or in the office. You know, open office floor plans. It's another, you know, big sort of use case for these.
Are you applying something, Parker?
No. Luckily, I have access to all of the newest noise-canceling technologies. But, you know, if you're looking for a really nice pair of over-ear headphones, this is one of the best deals you'll find.
Bose Quiet Comfort 3, so those are 15% off, so $300 instead of $350. We've also got the Sennheiser HD1 wireless over-ear noise-canceling headphones.
Yeah, so these actually used to be the #1 headphone on our buying list. We've seen, you know, some other headphones kind of step into the space that are a little bit newer. But these headphones originally retailed for $500. Then they went down to $400 when they kind of became a little bit older about a year ago. And now you can buy them for $200, which is insane if you're looking for the best sort of value deal. 50% off a pair of headphones that originally retailed for $500. Snag them for $200. You get yourself one of the best pairs of over-ear headphones in terms of noise quality, sound quality that you'll find. They have noise canceling. I wouldn't say it really competes with Bose. So if you're looking, sort of in that price range for better noise canceling, I would go with Bose. But if you're looking for sound quality, pure and simple, and some pretty snappy looks, definitely check out the HD1 wireless. And I believe they have a wireless in-ear version
they do.
somewhere on the list. Yeah, that's also for sale, also 50% off. So instead of $200, you can get the banded wireless version for $100.
$100, yeah.
That's a pretty good deal as well.
So those are both talking about the Sennheiser ones, and you said that was the over-ear, the in-ears, $100. Then you have the Shure in-ear headphones as well.
Yeah. So Shure has long been kind of an industry leader when it comes to microphones, any kind of like real professional audio gear.
Yep.
And one place that we absolutely love Shure is in their in-ear headphones. So they make sort of studio monitor headphones, the things you might recognize musicians like having in their ears on stage. But they make them for the average consumer. So at their price point, which I believe these originally retailed for $200, for $100, you can get an insanely nice
$89.
$89, yeah. Sorry.
off.
Yeah, they're even more discounted. If you're looking for the best headphones under $100 this Cyber Monday, that is an insane deal to look at. I mean, you're getting $200 Shure in-ears for $89.
Yeah.
That's definitely worth checking out.
It does seem like the headphones in general, this is a great time to buy when it comes to Cyber Monday with all these deals. And you have another set here.
Yeah.
I think, do we want to take a look at those right now?
Yeah. So, let's, in terms of insane deals, I mean, I believe these are retailing, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, for $60.
And these are the JBL E55BT wireless over-ear headphones.
Yeah, I'll spin them around. You can get a better look at them.
Yeah,
they're pretty stylish.
Some good hand modeling.
Wireless headphones. Yeah. They come in this crazy blue color. You can also, I think, get them in more normal colors if you're not, on that.
You don't want to be on that
by Dre train. But yeah, so these are excellent headphones. We loved them when we reviewed them, and they were $150. For $60, I mean, that's a no-brainer if you're looking for a nice, cheap pair of headphones, something that you can bang around, not worry about. Juliana, one of our DT Espanol editors, has been wearing these for a solid year, and you can see they're no worse for wear. They look great.
These are actually her headphones?
Yeah, these are actually her headphones. I borrowed them off her desk to show them off.
Yeah.
They still look brand new. They still sound great. She actually wants them back at noon as soon as I'm done with this segment.
Dang it.
Yeah. So,
they don't disappear, right?
I don't know if I have a better pitch than that.
Juliana's worn them for a year.
Yeah. They're still looking great.
So those are $60 right now, normally $150. That's a hell of a deal. And again, we have the review too at digitaltrends.com. You can take a look at it there.
Yeah, definitely.
For everything that we've been talking about. Moving on from headphones, there is a deal on, I wanted to talk about the receiver.
Yeah, Onkyo. Sort of one of the, the Toyotas of audio, I would say. Like, they're not the flashiest, but they have a reputation for making really nice entry-level products.
And dependable.
Yeah, dependable. So the great thing about this is if you're trying to set up your new home theater to be compatible with all the latest technologies, DTSX, Dolby Atmos, what we call object-based audio, where, if a helicopter is swirling around in the movie, it swirls around above you. So this receiver does all of that. It also does 4K, HDR, does both, I believe, HDR10 and Dolby Vision. Sorry.
Okay.
Brain fart.
Hey, I'm whatever you say, I'm going to say okay, because I don't know all those.
So basically, this thing will revolutionize your home theater. It's $250, down from $400. An insane deal if you're looking to build out, a sort of higher quality listening experience at home.
Like if you have a room you can make as a theater room, or
yeah. If you're building out a home theater and you're not trying to drop $5,000 on a speaker setup and a grand on a receiver, you can get this thing for $250. Find some relatively affordable speakers for sale on Cyber Monday, or peruse Craigslist, find a decent 7.2 system, and you're good to go. This thing will power everything and probably sound great while doing it.
I like that idea. So that's the Onkyo 7.2 channel AV receiver, $399 normally, $250 today for Cyber Monday. And a couple more deals that we want to talk about, along the lines of the home theater system.
Yeah.
We do have the, let's see, you want to talk about Harman?
Yeah,
Harman
totally.
First? Yeah.
So this is actually a really screaming deal if you're looking for a nice speaker setup. They, I think, have a $600 speaker setup that you can get for $150.
Yeah, I just 170 right now.
Yeah, so I think it's something. The discount's somewhere in the 70%. It's as though they went into the back of the factory and were like, oh, we have a bunch of these we forgot to sell.
Well, let's get rid of these.
So yeah, it's a 5.1 system. Harman Kardon obviously is known for really high quality audio. I wouldn't have any, concerns about these being, there being any problem. It just seems like they had some overstock, and you could be the beneficiary of that.
71% off. Like normally $600, $170.
Yeah, for $170, I doubt you're gonna find a better deal.
That's
for a 5.1 system from a reputable brand. Like Harman Kardon systems go in BMWs. They're not like It's not some podunk brand. So
yeah, I'm looking at just all this. Dang. Okay, sorry. I got to stop focusing on this because we have to do a show. But yeah, that's a great.
It's a really killer deal.
That's
especially if you have a smaller home theater room. Like you might want a bigger setup if you're really building out like a full featured home theater. But if this is just your living room, I mean, for $150. You should definitely buy this.
Okay.
It's a good deal.
I think you just convinced me.
Yeah.
All right, a couple other things here, really quick too, just to go, or at least one or two other ones. I'm not sure what we had. Did we talk about the Harman Kardon Soho wireless?
Yeah, the wireless headphones. These are a pretty good deal, I'd say. They're really, really attractive looking. We had some qualms about their bass response when we reviewed them at the $200 price point, but for $60, I mean, it's a good deal. Worth checking out, especially if you're sort of a more stylish listener. You're looking for something a little flashier. You can see they have some beautiful stainless steel accents, really nice leather coverage. It's Harman Kardon, so you can't really go too wrong.
Right, it's gonna be quality. Yeah,
it
no matter how
compares
you look at it.
With these JBLs definitely.
All right, the final thing here before. Maybe we have another trivia question coming up here in your quest to win a Samsung television. We've got the Klipsch, and am I saying them correctly?
Klipsch.
Klipsch, okay.
They're sort of a famous American audio brand. They make insanely good speakers. They have a really great deal on bookshelf speakers, so maybe you're looking to just get some nice bookshelf speakers. Maybe you're looking to build out your surround sound setup and need something for the rear or for the ceiling. Channels. I think they're retailing for $150.
I believe.
Down from $200.
Yes,
sort of similar to what I said about Bose. You're really not going to see brands of that sort of quality give you huge discounts. So getting a 25% discount, getting a 25% discount is a really good deal from them. If you're looking for some bookshelf speakers, definitely take a look.
All right, cool. Well, you know what, Parker, thank you so much for giving us the details on all of that, on all of these different discounts that are happening. Again, this is for the audiophile in your life, or maybe just you, if you want to upgrade your speakers or get some new headphones. Some great deals out there. You can check them all out at digitaltrends.com. All right, so we're closing out hour 2 of our 3-hour Cyber Monday broadcast. And I think it's time for another question. So if you've been following along, we've got 5 trivia questions that we're asking throughout this show. And what you'll need to do is write down the answer to each one of these, each question, write down the answer to all 5, and then you'll send an email once we ask the 5th question with the correct answer to all 5. Be the first one to send the email to us to dtlive@digitaltrends.com. You can win a Samsung 65-inch 4K UHD Series 8 television. That is a $1,300 television that one person watching today is going to win. And I wish it was me. But it can't be me unless I walk off with it. So, but I can't do that. It's because I just said it on camera. So here's where we're at. We've got our 3rd question. So have your email ready to go. The 3rd question is this: what was the first web browser designed to run on Microsoft OS? The first web browser. I'll say this. You may think it's something, but it might not be that. It's a little bit more of a trickier one. We get a little trickier as we go through this. So what was the first web browser designed to run on Microsoft OS? Write that down as the 3rd answer out of our 5 questions.
356K maybe?
I mean, I can't tell you. I don't even want to give any hints on it because it's out there.
I have no idea.
You can find it.
I'm just the headphone guy.
Yeah, if I asked a headphone question, maybe it worked out. But there we go. That is a question. So write your answer down for that. Continuing on, let's see, what do we have coming up next? I think we're going to talk about we're going to get kind of a recap, I think, on some of the best deals. Oilong's going to hop back in here. Then we're going to have Ryan Wanda Eden to talk about home theater, some different televisions.
Get you hyped for that TV giveaway.
Yeah, sure. I know. Perfect. Yeah, so we'll talk about televisions. We've got Nicole from The Manual, and then we have an interview, too, with DAE coming up. So a musical artist, so we're going to talk about his albums, and we've got all that happening right here on Digital Trends Live. So stick with us. Back here in a second with more of our Cyber Monday special.
Buying a laptop can be a very complicated and stressful process. Not only are there a seemingly endless amount of laptops to choose from, there's also a wide assortment of actual use cases that people need their laptop for. So we're going to provide the questions that you should be asking when you enter this process, and also we're going to give you some tools to help narrow down the options to hopefully get to the laptop that's right for you. The first thing you need to consider is operating system. Basically, there are three primary ones that you should be looking at, which is Chrome OS, Mac OS, and Windows 10. Basically, every laptop that you are considering is going to fall into one of these operating systems. A lot of people already know which operating system they prefer, and that's totally understandable because familiarity is really important when it comes to this big purchase of a laptop. However, if you're looking at getting the best value, we really recommend that you keep your mind open to possibly switching to one of the other operating systems. For example, if you're looking at buying a MacBook but don't have over $1,000 to spend, we really say that you should get a Windows laptop because you're going to get better performance and better battery life and overall a much better experience than getting an old MacBook or a used one or something like that. As another example, on the lower end of the spectrum in terms of price, let's say you really want a Windows 10 laptop but are looking at spending under $500. In a situation like that, we recommend that you look at a Chromebook because again, that's going to give you much better performance, better battery life, and it's all going to be in a slimmer chassis. Overall, it's going to be a much better experience. Now that we've got operating system out of the way, let's talk a little more about price. Basically, you've got three primary price categories to choose from, and it starts with the super cheap level, which is, I'm thinking around under $500. You can expect a really high-res display and really great performance and stuff like that in a laptop that costs under $500. However, these days you can get a really solid Chromebook that will have great battery life, and it'll have probably an HD display, and it'll be perfect for the person that needs just general light usage of a laptop, perfect for video watching or web browsing and activities like that. Next, we're going to get into the mid-range section. That's anywhere between $500 and $1,000. And here's where we start getting into some really high-quality laptops that really only have one or two main compromises, whether it's in display, performance, or battery life. One of our favorites is the ZenBook 13, which outside of the look of it, which isn't anything special, it basically has all the bases covered in terms of those main areas that you want in a really solid laptop. In this section, there are also some really high-end Chromebooks these days that have really awesome displays and get great battery life. And these are for people who don't necessarily need the highest performance, but want something that looks and feels really premium. Let's get into the final segment of the pricing categories, which is the 1,000+ area. And this is where you get into the really high-end laptops. It encompasses a ton of different products, but basically from here on out, you can expect everything to have really high-end design and build quality, great performance, really fast storage, and really high quality displays. A couple noteworthy laptops to point out: the $1,200 MacBook Air, which is the bottom end of the MacBook lineup, and then also the spec'd up quad-core XPS 13. This is currently our favorite laptop you can buy right now. You're gonna find a ton of different great laptops in this 1,000+ area. Just be ready to spend the money on it. So hopefully you have a really good idea of now what operating system you want to choose and also how much money you want to spend on this laptop. But before we move on, there's two other categories that we have to talk about, and that's 2-in-1s and gaming laptops. 2-in-1s are laptops that can be converted into a tablet. They have touchscreens, they have mobile apps that you can use with them. And basically this is for the person who needs their laptop to be really versatile. They're on the go, they need to be portable. And the best example of this is the Surface Pro 6, which starts at $900. But there are a ton of laptops that have 360-degree hinges and can be used in tablet mode. It's just something to consider. You'll see it a lot as you're going about choosing a laptop. The other big category to talk about is gaming laptops. Now, these are laptops that can play modern 3D games that usually have a discrete graphics card in them, like a GTX 1050 on up to a GTX 1080 Ti. The thing to know, however, is there also is 15-inch laptops out there that have a 1050 or 1050 Ti that can kind of double as a stealth gaming laptop, something like a Dell XPS 15 or even the Razer Blade 15. These are both laptops that can play games but have a thinner and lighter chassis. If you've been following along, you should have a smaller group of laptops to choose from as opposed to an endless amount. And now here's where we get down to the nitty-gritty details of the features of these laptops. And there are so many things to consider here, whether that's port selection, keyboard, trackpad, the display size. There's just so many different features that these laptops need to have. And that's why it's so important for you to figure out what you need this laptop to do and which features you absolutely have to have. We always think about these 4 important features when we consider a laptop, and that is build quality, display, performance, and battery life. These are kind of the non-negotiables when we approach a laptop for review. Once you have your 2 or 3 laptops that you've narrowed your choices down to, head over to Digital Trends and actually read a review on that specific laptop and go in depth to know whether or not it actually lives up to the promises that the manufacturer is making in things like the display, the battery life, or the performance. Hopefully that gives you some tools that you can use to make this whole process a little bit smoother and narrow down the amount of laptops that you're actually considering for your next purchase. One last thing to keep in mind is that these laptops do tend to go on sale at least a few times throughout the year on holidays like Black Friday. So make sure to pay attention around those days so you get the absolute best deal on your next laptop. Thanks for checking out this video. My question for you is, what is the primary feature that you consider when you want to buy a new laptop? Is it the display? Is it the keyboard? Is it USB-A ports? Let us know in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Digital Trends to get more videos like this one.
Welcome back to Digital Trends Live with our Cyber Monday special, bringing you all of the great deals that are out there, and there are so many deals. And back with us to talk about those deals is Wei Long. Hello, Long.
Hello.
Hello. So, what has changed since you were last on here?
Well, some things have expired and some things have been added.
Okay.
We will find out what exactly in a minute.
As we're going to go through these.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I can only imagine what it's like back there with the team as you guys are going through these things. Like something's changed. We got to fix this. We got to update that. Yeah. That's why it's great for everybody who's watching live and following along at digitaltrends.com. We make it easy for you because nobody can keep track of all of those websites on their own. There's no way you can keep track of all of those deals as one person at home. That's why we're here to help you. So why don't we take a look? We've got our deals page, and you can follow along if you would like to at digitaltrends.com/DTdeals, and you can take a look at some of the different deals that we have happening right now. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where we want to go first as we're taking a look.
Go to that main page.
Okay, so as you can see, if you're looking at the website, you know, we got deals for pretty much anything that you'd be in the market for right now. Mm-hmm. But it's taking a look at specifically some of the Cyber Monday ones, the hottest online deals. What are we looking at here first?
So we talked about this page earlier. At the top right here, we have the hottest deals and a lot of our features. So on that top left, you'll see it's a new deal, or a new edition rather. It was an HP Spectre 360 laptop. They had a deal on it earlier. It was like stopped, and now it's back.
Oh, cool. So this is one where if you were looking for it a while ago.
And it like disappeared on you. It's
like,
back
no,
again.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Now you can still get it. And you were saying before too that computing is a huge section of Cyber Monday. Like there's some great deals going on.
Yeah, so today is a really good day to buy laptops and tablets if you were looking to be getting one of those today. Okay. If we scroll down a little bit more, let's see. One of my favorite deals right now is Masterclass.
Masterclass.
Yeah.
What is Masterclass?
So Masterclass is a site basically where they partner with a bunch of like experts, like actors and like Hans Zimmer.
Oh yeah,
and,
I've seen the commercials for this. Yeah.
So regular, it's like $90 for one class and then $180 for an all access pass. But this year they decided to do a Black Friday and Cyber Monday deal where if you buy one all access pass, which is $180, you get another one.
Oh,
so
cool.
Basically, it's like a twofer, excuse me. So it's pretty cool. I'm really into it.
Have you taken some of the classes?
I haven't, but there's one I really want to try. So I might just bite the bullet.
Yeah.
And then have one to gift.
I've thought about these, yeah, because you see it. There's a whole bunch of different ones that have popped up now, and you'll see like big name actors and things like that. Yeah.
And lots of really cool like from chefs.
Uh-huh.
Which is, I definitely need help in that department, but you know,
yeah, I
that's
need
another
a lot of help in that.
Side story.
I don't know if that would help me. Nonetheless, yeah, you can buy that, so that's a great deal. So and that's something I wouldn't normally think about too for a Cyber Monday deal.
And it's a really popular gift.
Yeah.
For Christmas.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, it was one of the big gifts last year as well.
So there you go. If you want to pick up a gift for somebody else, DTdeals at digitaltrends.com. All right, what else do we want to take a look at?
So if you scroll down, like you'll see like these are broken up. They start to get broken up by retailer, and so right after that, we get into Amazon.
Yeah, and every retailer's kind of got their own specials happening, which is why again it's nice to go to the website and just have that easier, make it easier to find the good stuff. Which one any specific one that you want to take a look at, or?
I would say probably like the Dyson PureCool air purifier is a good deal.
Okay.
And so is the Samsung Galaxy S9. It's an unlocked version.
Yeah, I saw that pop up today. How much is that one?
So it's $938 regular price, but you can get it for $520.
Yeah, and that's the S9. Like that's the new one that you could. I mean, the newest.
There's a deal on the S9 Plus too. I just don't know the exact numbers right now, and I don't want to throw things around.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you can check those out. Again, Digital Trends will have those deals there. But yeah, that S9 for $520, that's a really good deal. So take a look there too under digitaltrends.com/DTdeals. And any other one you want to highlight or just recommendations for people as the date goes out?
I definitely say like there's still a lot of good Instant Pot deals if anyone still needs to buy one, because I'm not sure who doesn't have one.
I don't yet, but Kim was talking about it earlier, and now I kind of want to get it.
Yeah, there's so many different models, so you're sure to find whatever one you need. And if you need recipes, Jacob from Affiliate can help you out with that.
We've got a personal connection. Email, and Jacob will send you his recipe.
He's like an unofficial ambassador of Instant Pot.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so Jacob just got volunteered to email the recipes. So, sorry.
He's going to kill me.
So, again, that's the Instapot, and yeah, you can check out those deals as well, Digital Trends. I know I keep saying it, I just want to make sure you're aware of where to go to, digitaltrends.com/DTdeals, and take a look at everything right there. All right, well, your day, I'm assuming, is going to be very busy for the rest of it. Updating this page. This is why we thank you for all of your hard work on this.
And the team.
And the team, the whole team at Digital Trends. They're the ones working at this to find you those deals. So up next, we're going to be joined by Ryan Juanita to talk about televisions. Televisions, and I think just kind of home theater in general. There's a lot of good deals that are going on with that as well. So Ryan's going to hop in here and walk us through that. Continue on with our Cyber Monday coverage. Also, I believe not quite yet. Let me make sure. Let me check my secret list. Okay, it's not yet. We've given you 3 trivia questions in the quest to win a Samsung 4K UHD 65-inch television. We'll have another 2 before the end of this hour. So stay tuned with us, and then you'll get us the answers to all 5 of those. Be the first to email in the correct answers. You will win that 65-inch television. All right, let's go ahead and take another quick break, and then we're going to have Ryan Juanita hop in here. Let's talk about televisions. Get your questions, your comments in there as we continue on with our Cyber Monday special here at Digital Trends Live. It's too late. It's fine. Hey,
Put
we're
it
live.
over there.
Let's just make that happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be live.
No one will ever know what you just
Live
said
television.
underneath the table.
It's
Welcome back to Digital Trends Live, our Cyber Monday special. Continuing on, we're into hour 3 now, bringing you the best deals that are out there. Just to recap some of what we've talked about already, we've had smart homes, we've had Drew's emerging tech, we talked about some headphones, we had astronaut Mike Massimino on to talk about the Mars landing, which is happening later on today, actually in just a little while after we're done with our broadcast. And joining us right now, it is Ryan Juanita.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing just fine.
Let's talk about televisions. Let's talk about streamer
thingies.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to go to maybe first talking about some of the great deals that are happening with Amazon?
Let's do that.
Okay. We have the Fire TV Cube. The Fire TV Cube is, I would say it's a favorite around here at Digital Trends from what I've found.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little device because it takes streaming, but it also adds some sort of control over your home theater. It has infrared blasters on the side of it, and it can be programmed to basically control a lot of your home theater components. And it can do it with voice because of Alexa, of course. Yeah. It's also just a good little streamer. It's quick, and it has all the apps you're probably going to want. It also has Dolby Vision HDR, which is, if you have a Dolby Vision TV, it's a really nice bonus to have in there. And Roku streamers, though we love them, don't actually include Dolby Vision HDR. They have the regular, more common format, which is HDR10. I know this stuff gets a little confusing, right? But that's what's nice about the Fire TV stuff is it has both versions of HDR, so it kind of rounds it out nicely.
So no matter what you have, you're going to be okay,
right?
Yeah, with that. And the Fire TV Cube, it does look kind of like a Borg cube. If you've never seen it before, that's what it looks like.
And it's just a killer price on that thing.
It is.
I mean, it's $60. Even a couple of years ago, when we would have thought of streamers that can do all the things that these ones can do. And of course, the technology moves fast, but at $60, it's just a really nice deal.
Right, 50% off. 50% off of what the normal price is. And we've seen that with a lot of Amazon's deals that are going on right now. So 50% off the Fire TV Cube.
Yeah, and I also wanted to highlight, the Fire TV Stick 4Ks are also on sale. Ooh. Those are like, I think, $35 right now.
Actually, I was looking at it this morning.
Killer deal as well.
I almost bought one of those.
Because if you just want, like, you have a fairly dumb TV or you just don't like the apps or the smart TV built into your TV at home, $35, you can plug this thing in and you get basically everything you need, including Dolby Vision.
Right, and again, this is taking a
4K,
look now,
of course.
Live, too, at our DT Deals page, just taking a look at some of the different Amazon deals. I mean, there's some great specials. You know, like we said, the TV Cube, $60. The Fire TV Stick with 4K with Alexa and remote, $35.
And you know, the thing is, we're yelling about, you know, acronyms like HDR and all that stuff, but if you don't have a TV that has that, this is still a nice way to future-proof going forward because you might eventually go in. The next TV you're going to buy is going to have these kind of technologies where HDR allows for brighter highlights, richer colors, and more contrast. 4K, of course, is the higher resolution. That stuff is nice to have just packed into a streamer that is essentially, I mean, one of the cheapest things you can buy out there for this kind of technology.
Right. I mean, and I think that's a good point to look at, too, because if you don't have the television that's upgraded, the next TV you buy is going to happen.
It will.
You know, it will. So yeah, like Ryan was saying, so this is a really good opportunity to get in at a low level. You can use it with your stuff now and then just expand. Right?
Yeah.
You'll be ready to go.
Absolutely.
So again, that's the Fire TV Cube. Then talk about the Fire Stick as well. And you can check out all of our reviews at digitaltrends.com. We have lots of reviews that are up there and the links for you to go directly and buy those from there. Talking about some televisions.
Yeah.
We do have a television that we're giving away here today, and that is the Samsung 65-inch 4K UHD Series 8 television. And we have asked 3 trivia questions. We've got 2 more trivia questions coming up that you'll need to answer in order to win one, but you can buy one right now, too. If you don't win, because one person's going to win, the rest of you aren't. I'm sorry, we're only giving away one. We do have a deal on it right now. So there's a deal that's up.
Yeah, I think it's 25% off or so.
Yep, about 25%.
Yeah, so it's about $1,000 for a 65-inch TV. That's a nice deal.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
especially the 4K UHD, all of that stuff. Yeah, so it's $1,000 right now, and that's the Samsung 65-inch of that one. But there's also another one if you want to go a little bit higher, and that is the QLED.
Yes, this is the cheapest way to get into QLED. A lot of people have questions about the QLED, but about what that technology means. We're going to get into that a little bit.
We'll kind of walk through that just a little bit.
But it allows for usually a brighter screen. This has a pretty high nit brightness and more vibrant colors.
And this is the 4K 65-inch flat screen. Normally $2,200.
Yeah.
This is the high end.
And this does have HDR10, the most common format, so you will get these spectral highlights, this richer contrast. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal on a Samsung.
Which you can pair with your Fire TV.
Which you could use that.
Boom.
You could use both.
There it is. There's the tie-in. Bringing it back.
Yes.
But at the price right now, 41% off, $1,298. So that's a pretty good deal if that's what if you're looking to get into that.
Yeah, I think maybe the MSRP has dropped as well, but I'm not sure about that. But it's also it's available at a pretty nice price right now.
So that is one of the great deals that you can find. Yeah, it looks like they're still saying the list price is $2,200.
Yeah, I mean
so $902 of savings.
That's quite a drop down.
That's a big drop down.
And especially if you like Samsung, which we like their smart interface pretty well. And, you know, if you're just if you have a lot of Samsung gear too, Samsung TVs work with its gear really well. Go figure.
Right.
If you like Samsung, this is a really nice way to get into their highest line. It's the lowest available model in that line, in the QLED line, but it is their highest line.
So let's just walk through this a little bit again for everybody who's having the debate. And I still see people all the time talking about the difference between OLED. Is it QLED or QLED? What's the right way to say that?
We say QLED.
Okay.
Yeah.
So OLED and QLED.
Yeah.
I like that better. Good. So OLED versus QLED. Like what is the difference?
I say QLED. Somebody else might say QLED. I don't know.
You know, whatever. We're saying QLED today. You know, fight us in the chat. So let's walk through the difference between these, because these are obviously two terms that everybody is seeing when it comes to televisions.
Yeah.
But what is the actual difference?
So the major difference between any LED TV, which the QLED is a specialized kind of LED TV, and an OLED TV, is that an OLED TV has emissive particles. Basically, every single pixel in there is self-emitting. It creates its own light.
Okay.
So for an LED TV, which is essentially just a kind of LCD TV, an LED just talks about the lighting that lights it up.
Light emissive diode?
No, don't say that.
Okay. See, this is what we're learning.
An LED TV has an LED light, a backlight.
Okay.
So it might have edge lighting or backlighting, but it has something behind the screen that lights things up.
Okay.
Now, the difference between a basic LCD LED TV and a QLED is QLED has these tiny particles that when you shine lights on them, they glow very, very bright. So they allow for better, more vibrant colors and usually a brighter screen.
Okay.
Now switch back to OLED and you've got a difference, a real big difference here, because no matter what a QLED TV does, and some of the highest QLED TVs that Samsung sells and some others have really good local dimming, which allows you to dim around light up just basically certain areas of the screen and keep the other areas black.
Because the black is really important.
That's how you get the contrast. You want a really rich black. With OLED, you have perfect black. And the reason they say that is because you can light up a single pixel and the rest of the screen will be as black as it can be.
Because it's just not lit. It's not activated.
Because of this, you get incredible contrast. Every light you shine, every pixel that you light up looks that much more bright because it's sitting against a very black background.
Gotcha.
And so the highest end QLED TVs have local dimming, as we were saying, so they're able to create really good black levels, but they're just not going to be quite at the level of OLED black levels, because that is literally the best you can get.
Okay, gotcha.
OLEDs are not going to be as bright, but because of that black level, the contrast makes them look brighter. They're not as useful possibly in a very bright room, but they still look, to us, they are the best looking screens you can get out there. But the other thing that OLEDs do quite well, I should add, is they really look good from any angle. Whereas LED TVs, because they have backlighting or edge lighting systems, they lose often a lot of the color as you go off screen and a lot of the contrast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is
as you move off screen. But the nicest ones from Samsung, the Q9F in particular, does a really good job of creating deep, rich black levels, especially for its type of TV, to the point where it really fights well against OLED TVs at this point.
That is a great explanation, actually. So thank you. For anybody
it's very complicated. Happy to answer questions.
It is, but no, that simplifies it down.
Yeah.
So and again, we're talking about some of the different the televisions that are available right now, especially the deals. So we have the Samsung QN65 Q6F flat screen 65-inch QLED 4K television, and that is from $2,200 to, yeah, all memory. No, I'm not reading it at all.
No.
That is 41% off right now for $12.98. So
Yes.
great deal. Let's talk about one more here, too.
Let's
LG,
do that,
another,
because this is our favorite TV of the year right now.
and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
For people who follow digital trends, you know, televisions are a really something that a segment here that gets scrutinized. You guys are very particular.
Yes.
You want to know exactly how things work, and you don't just dish out, oh, this is my favorite. Oh, this one's great. Oh, this one's great. You know, it's a competition here.
Yeah, and you know, this isn't a master leap. It's not a huge jump from last year's TVs, but it does have some processing that makes it a little bit better. And basically, these OLED panels have been the best-looking panels that we've seen because of that emissiveness, because of that ability to light up the tiniest little fleck of light against the darkest blacks, and because of its ability to see basically a uniform screen no matter where you are. It just creates one of the best pictures you can see.
And we're talking about the LG C8 series OLED 4K Ultra HD HDR TV. This is the 2018 version. We've got a little video here. It's kind of showcasing some of it. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get the full feeling of it without seeing it in person.
You really can't.
You know, you're not going to tell on this or any television screen really, or any broadcast that you're seeing, because you need one of these televisions to actually see the difference. But the deal is really good right now. $21.99 is what it was going for. $16.97. 23% off.
And we realize that this is an expensive purchase for most people. Most people don't have a ton of money, to, like $2,000 to drop on a TV, but you're essentially getting the best that you can get in your home right now. It's also, I believe it's also the thinnest TV you can get. Wow. It's about the size of an iPad at one point. There's a back end that's got some processing, so it sticks out a little bit more, but the top of the screen is just ridiculously thin. So it's very fancy looking. Yeah. But it also has, you know, good processing, and it just, when you sit down to see an OLED TV, it will kind of knock your socks off.
Yeah, and I've been fortunate enough to see some here, and it really is one of those things. When you see it, you know the difference. Like it's
yeah, you're like, I can't afford that, and then you sit down and then you're trying to figure out what you can mortgage to get it.
Right, and then you go back and look at your regular old television, you're like, oh, that's what I'm missing.
It's pretty incredible.
So that deal right now, $16.97. That's 23% off for that television.
Yep.
Fantastic. Ryan, thank you so much for hopping in here.
Absolutely.
And talking about some of these deals, some great deals that are going on right now. Digitaltrends.com/DT deals. I think it's time for one more question. I believe we have one more trivia question. I know I should be bringing out my alarm, but for our, yeah, there we go. Ryan's gonna do it for us. I had it pulled up on my phone, and then my phone started ringing. All right. We've got one more question. So we've asked 3 questions so far, and now we're going to ask the next one, which I'm pulling up right now because we're doing it live. So this is the 4th question. Here's what you need to be doing to win the Samsung 65-inch 4K UHD Series 8 television, which is going to be ingrained in my head forever. We've got that's being given away. We've asked 3 questions so far. You should have an email already ready to go to dtlive@digitaltrends.com for when we ask the 5th and final question, so you can type in that answer, and boom, send it off, be the first person, you win the television. The 4th question that we have is this. What was the first website to display a paid banner ad? We're talking about Cyber Monday. I mean, banner ads are a big part of this. I mean, everybody wants you to click. This is the start of all that. So what was the first website to display a paid banner ad, and who was the ad for? So it's a 2-part question. Do you know the answer?
I have no idea.
I know the answer. I'm not going to say it on here. I did a lot of research on this one, so there's a 2-part answer. You have to get both parts correct. Pay attention to your spelling. I want to say that. So it's a 2-part question. Make sure you get the full name of each of these, and I'll just leave it at that. There's a little bit of a trick in there, but you'll see. So if you get it right, write that down, and then we'll have one more question before the end of the show for you to answer, and then you'll email into dtlive@digitaltrends.com to win that television. All right, let's take a break. We got Nicole Rainey coming in here in just a second from The Manual, the brother site of Digital Trends, to talk about some other great deals on there. I actually spent a bunch of time over the weekend on their site. I ordered some shoes. They got my money. Yep, they did. So we're going to talk to Nicole about some camping gear and other things. We're broadcasting live. Drop in your questions or comments. We're continuing on here in just a couple of minutes with more of our Digital Trends Cyber Monday special. It's Cyber Monday here at Digital Trends Live and everywhere else. And we're talking about all kinds of deals going on today, broadcasting live. And I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in here all day. And we do take the comments, questions, everything you have, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook. Looks like we missed a question about the televisions. To answer it really quick, we were talking about the difference between QLED and OLED. And the question was, which one has more risk of screen burn-in? And I talked to Ryan off the air, and we do have articles about this too at digitaltrends.com, but the likelihood of it happening is very slim. You would basically have to have a still image on for hours and hours for it to be an issue. I mean, it could be an issue, but it would take a lot for that to happen. And apparently that's something that all the companies are working on actually to try to solve that. But there is the answer on that when it comes to screen burn-in. Find out more details at Digital Trends. I'm just basically repeating what I heard. So check that out there. All right, and it's not just digitaltrends.com where you can find the best Cyber Monday deals, but also at themanual.com. And I've got Nicole Rainey here. Hello, Nicole.
Hello.
So themanual.com, of course, the brother site to Digital Trends, and I was saying this actually off air. I spent a bunch of time on themanual.com over the weekend. Ordered some shoes, some clothes. Got a lot of my money, but there are some really great deals out there when it comes to like camping gear or clothes or anything along those lines.
Yeah, so themanual.com, if you go there, you'll find some roundups on the best Cyber Monday deals on all sorts of things like men's clothing. It sounds like you took advantage of that.
I did.
We got grooming products for men. We've got travel accessories. We've got like, sneakers, activewear, that kind of stuff. But we're here to talk about outdoor deals. Because there's a lot of really great deals on outdoor equipment and outdoor gear right now, which is like kind of funny when you're thinking about like you're being encouraged to sit inside on the computer to then get stuff to then go play outside.
Right.
But I think REI has a great philosophy towards like Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So for Black Friday, they actually opted out, right? They literally said like hashtag opt outside.
Yeah.
They encourage people to get outside, avoid the madness of the malls and all the other shopping centers and things like that by just going outside and spending some time in nature. But then they follow that up with some really awesome Cyber Monday deals. So there's up to 50% off of all sorts of really cool equipment. We're talking tents, apparel, hiking boots, camping gear, all sorts of stuff. One of my personal favorites, and although it is a little extra, is the Yakima Skyrise 3 rooftop tent. It's one of our top.
I took a look at this, and I think we've got some pictures of this that we can show of the rooftop tent. It's pretty interesting looking.
Yeah.
It's not something, not a way that I thought of for camping. Here we go. Here's a video of it right now. So it's basically turning your ordinary car into, you've got like a double-decker?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. I love the idea that it's a double-decker. So yeah, REI is offering up to 40% off of what I guess we would call like normal tents from the REI brand, Kelty, Marmot, that kind of stuff. But the Yakima rooftop tent is just too cool not to point out. It's usually like $1,500. But during the Cyber Monday sale, you can get it for the low price of just $1,000. Probably still out of reach for a lot of people, just the normal backpackers, campers, and things like that. But it is pretty cool, and it's just a great example of how many discounts you can find on outdoor gear. So whether you want something that's a little upgraded like this, or whether you want a more normal tent, that's up to you. But
have you ever camped in one of these?
I have not, and I really want to.
I want to try it out. Because, I mean, it does look really simple. I mean, if you're a car camper, I mean, this is the ultimate car camping.
Yeah, so
you don't even have to do any setup.
Exactly. It's supposed to be super easy to set up. It basically sits on the top of your car, kind of like you would like an added, gear box or something like that. It's very compact, and then you just basically like pops open, whoop, and then you climb in. And you can avoid all of the nasty bugs and other things that maybe want to get into your tent normally by being off the ground.
I am constantly when I go. I love camping. I go camping a lot. Any single bug within like a 3-mile radius will find me. So at least this would limit some of it a little bit. So yeah, I would definitely try this out. So that's a great deal that's going on.
But again, REI has tons of other stuff too. You don't have to splurge on the massive $1,000 rooftop tent. Lots of normal tents, backpacks, big name brands like Osprey, Marmot. Like I mentioned, REI has its own brand, like REI Co-op, which is already pretty affordably priced. And this stuff is even on bigger discount during Cyber Monday. Some really great deals right there.
So, and that's going through, go to themanual.com. You can take a look at a lot of those that are kind of listed on the site, and then just click through to REI and and take advantage of some of that.
Yeah, we've rounded up some of our favorite deals on REI as well as some other big name brand sites right now. But yeah, you could just go to REI and click the huge banner and get shopping.
Boom.
Some other another big retailer that's good to point out right now is Backcountry. It's like an online retailer, and it has has tons of big name brands and a huge up to 50% off select styles and products right now. So we're talking Patagonia, Arc'teryx, the North Face, Marmot again.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at some of the different ones on here because this is actually one of the things I'm in the market for is a nice jacket, a winter jacket.
Yeah, so
it's a good time to get one.
I spent a lot of time rounding up some really great jacket deals right now, so you can find those on themanual.com too at our best outdoor gear roundup right now. So not just the gear that we have rounded up there, we have a lot of jackets and hiking boots and shoes rounded up because the discounts right now are really great. And it's one of those things where you kind of need them more so in the summertime, maybe, or in the shoulder seasons. But buying one right now is like the perfect time because it's not only already pretty discounted in some cases, but then you have these Cyber Monday deals on top of it.
Fantastic. So yeah, some really great stuff. And again, those roundups, that's what I've been kind of going to over the weekend. I spent some time on Saturday going through the manual.com. Yeah, well, you're probably curating it. You're working on it. I was just looking at it.
Oh, no. It was one of those things where I was curating all the deals and I was like, oh, bookmark that one. Definitely needed an NPR jacket. And 50% off of that too. One of my favorite deals, though, in Backcountry now is this Marmot two-person tent.
Yeah, let's walk through a couple of the ones that
it's about 30% off, so there's a lot of the Marmot stuff right now on their own site and on Backcountry.
And they make some great tents.
Yeah, they make super great tents. So not only do they make some good jackets, like you said you might be in the market for one right now, but this is a really nice tent because it's already only about $250, which isn't a bad price for a really decent
start off
tent.
with.
Yeah, but right now it's 30% off, so you can get it for $175, which is a really great price if you're looking to maybe kind of like upgrade your two-person tent, or maybe you're starting to get into like two-person camping or something like that. You know, maybe you've always done backpacking.
Maybe you're planning on camping with two people.
Yeah, I like this backpack. I mean, sorry, not this backpack. This tent because it's technically you could take it backpacking. It's a little heavy, but so it's kind of a good in between if you're kind of maybe just getting into some backpacking or
light in.
Yeah, or just normal car camping, that kind of stuff too. It's a really great kind of like in between.
Nice, yeah, and that price is very good.
Yeah, again, so the Marmot gear is 30% off on Backcountry right now. Try saying that 5 times fast. So in addition to this tent, you'll find deals on jackets, more tents, sleeping bags, mittens. I mean, really, whatever you might need for the outdoors is pretty much on sale right now.
Nice, and so that's at Backcountry. And then talking about clothing.
Clothing, yeah. So in addition to all the deals that we were already seeing on REI and Backcountry, Huckberry is another online retailer that focuses on like men's clothing and gear. We're huge fans of Huckberry. We've combed through their site right now because they have a ton of really great Cyber Monday deals. But I'm especially interested in their camp section. So they have a ton of really awesome deals.
I didn't know Huckberry had a camp section.
Yeah.
I own some of their clothing. But yeah, that's great.
Yeah, again, up to half off, a lot of really great stuff. I mean, they literally have everything you can see there. An axe, you know, if you need some cool clothes that kind of function.
Market for an axe.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
But no, they have OtterBox coolers, Nemo equipment sleeping bags, Kamek hammocks, first aid kits, gear ties, water bottles, lanterns. Pretty much anything that you would need, they have it here. There's some really great stuff. But the deal that I have my eye on, have not jumped on it yet, but I've been thinking about it, is the Bi-lite fire pit. This thing is ridiculously cool. So Bi-lite is really, it's a brand that's like really into creating gear that has like dual function purposes, or that can also charge your other gear while you're out and about. But the fire pit is really cool. It's a relatively recent addition to their lineup. It basically is a portable fire pit that doubles as a grill and can also charge your stuff, like charge your lanterns and these kinds of things.
It is pretty awesome. We actually did a feature on this as part of Digital Trends Live a couple of weeks ago. I'm sure it's up on our, you know, as a standalone video, and where we interviewed one of the engineers from Bi-lite. I think it was an engineer. And yeah, talking about this product, it is really, really cool.
Yeah,
like it's mixing technology and actual camping like functionality.
Yeah, and so usually again, the deal that I have my eyes on is the fire pit plus the solar cover bundle. So basically there's a storage bag that you can put your fire pit into that has a solar panel on it. So while it's stored, as long as it has some access to some sunlight, it's actually charging the built-in charger that you can see there on the left-hand side of the screen, where you can charge some other devices. So
that's cool.
Yeah, and basically right now with this Huckberry deal, usually that bundle would cost about $260. But it's only $200 right now. So essentially the fire pit itself, like standalone fire pit, is about $200. So if you take advantage of this deal, you're just getting the free charging magical solar case thing.
I like that description.
Officially called the solar cover bundle, but
free
if it was up to me,
solar charging case.
Yes, that's what it would be called.
There's a mouthful right there.
But yeah, they also have some other really great deals from Bi-lite gear too, but this is the one we felt like we had to point out because, I mean, even if you don't camp that often or you don't grill that often, this thing is literally just a movable fire pit you can put in your backyard.
Cool.
You know, if you don't really have like a dedicated place where you want to put a fire pit or you want to be able to move it around, this is it. It's about the size of like a Yeti cooler, you know, and kind of the weight too. So it's something you could easily move around in your backyard, easily put in the bed of your truck or in your car. And when you want to go camping, it's super, super durable and super convenient.
Very cool. And again, all at themanual.com. You can take a look at that. I know there's one final one you wanted to bring up too, the Sony AS2 full frame mirrorless camera.
Oh yeah, this is a deal that both DT and the manual are featuring right now. It's basically just a really awesome deal on a camera. Not necessarily your typical piece of outdoor equipment, but you can save $600 on a really nice camera.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a lighter, compact option to be able to take with you on your adventures. You know,
it's like if you want to upgrade, you know, your normal, so you can, like your normal photography, upgrade it to a next level, and it's got, I think there's a bundle of stuff that comes with it too, or I could be wrong on that, but
yeah. So this deal is at Best Buy. Again, more of like a DT retailer than a manual one specifically, but Best Buy has some really great camera bundles right now. But specifically, we had our eyes on this one just because it's one of those things where when you want to upgrade past maybe your whatever camera you're using now, or if you've just been relying on your phone so much or too much for photos, this is something that's really small, lightweight, but still has like a professional quality to it.
Fantastic. Well, there's some more great deals to check out. And Nicole, thank you so much for hopping over here too to talk about those. Themanual.com. Go there, take a look at everything that Nicole was bringing up, and of course, digitaltrends.com as well. Continuing on with Cyber Monday, we have just a little bit of time left today, but we are very excited to be joined by a musical artist coming up here in a minute. Reason, also called DAE, also called Disguised as Earthlings. We're going to get to the bottom of all of that and some of the really interesting things that Reason is doing when it comes to music and video and everything that goes along with that. So we've got that coming up. We have our final question to win the Samsung 4K UHD Series 8 television. There's one final question that's going to happen, and it is harder than any of the other questions that we've asked. It's going to take a little bit more work to get the answer to this one, but the first person to answer that and the 4 previous questions and email to dtlive@digitaltrends.com will get that television. So let's take a quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with more of our Cyber Monday special here for Digital Trends Live. Continuing on with our Digital Trends Live Cyber Monday special, we have a special guest who's going to join us right now. A singer, a songwriter, an artist, a producer. Joining us now, it is Reason. Hello, Reason.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me, see me?
Yes, I can. And let me ask about this. That is amazing that you are broadcasting like this. By the way, I did not know that was what was going to happen. That is awesome. Let's walk through the name here because I want to make sure that we clarify anything. So we're going to be talking about DAE, which is disguised as Earthlings, but there's also Reason. Let's walk through the names and just so we have a base to go off of here.
All right. Well, Reason has been a name that's been with me since I was about 16 years old. So it started as a MC, DJ, producer, and kind of went on into the DAE project.
Nice. So, and DAE's a project that you've taken on, so it's you, but it's a different, is it a conglomerate or is it just you?
Yeah, so I have a batch of songs with an incredibly talented singer-songwriter named Luam, who's a dear friend of mine, and we're working on kind of putting that together, and it is also it's kind of an evolving cast. DAE stands for Disguised as Earthlings, which basically I'm curating a vibe of people that I think are super talented aliens, kind of out of this world creativity and songwriters and singers and stuff, and kind of collaborating with them. And it will be a rotating cast of characters as the project evolves over time.
I love that idea. Actually, I want to talk about that project in particular. Before we go too far, though, I mean, I have to address how you're being broadcast with us right now. What program are you using for this? How is this happening?
So we released a music video that was created in Pro Tools by moving the audio files, waveforms, and clip regions and stuff around the screen and formatting them into art and kind of creating a stop motion and After Effects composited ourselves into the world, stitched it all together. So I believe you guys have a clip that I'm sure we'll get to at some point, but I basically decided instead of showing up in this interview on my FaceTime vibe, I would show up here as an animated character and kind of continue on the Pro Tools thing that the kick I'm on right now. So I taught myself how to do this in the last few days with this live animation thing.
Damn.
With help from a couple friends.
Okay, yeah, that's very impressive that you taught yourself in a few days how to do that. Well, let's talk about the music video because we want to actually play part of it. Maybe we could just go to have you introduce it. We're going to play part of it and part of the audio as well, and then we'll come back and talk about what went on with it and what the process was. So do you want to give it an introduction?
Sure, sounds good. This is DAE, Where We're Going. This is our music video that we released last week.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll it now. If we have it. That is really cool. And as somebody who works with a lot of audio files, like I love seeing that. Let's talk about that process. How did you come up with this concept?
Thanks, Greg. I spent so much time sitting in front of Pro Tools, and one day I guess I just started dinking around and making art in there, and created that castle scene that is in the video first, and kind of was like, oh, this is cool, little Mario vibe, little thing, and I thought this could be a music video. So Luam and I got together. She helped with some of the art, and we basically put together this video. It took way longer than I thought. I knew it was going to be intense, but from concept to release, it was 4 years, kind of on and off again, going through the troubleshooting and struggles of putting it together.
Wow. That's some dedication right there to go through all that.
Thanks. Yeah, it was rewarding to see it come together every step of the way, you know?
I mean, I can only imagine going through that, but I can also definitely see the idea of, you know, you're staring at WAV files. If you do any kind of audio editing, you know exactly that, to where eventually you probably go a little bit crazy because you see it too much and then start forming those images in it. Like, that's such an original concept that you have. That's really cool to see how that came about. So you said this is a whole, you know, this is a group of people. Like, how do you choose what artists you want to work with?
Well, you know, I'm always keeping my eyes and ears open. I've really focused a lot with Luam on creating a cool sound and vibe with the batch of songs we have, and we're figuring out the logistics of when we're going to be releasing and what that's all going to look like, and what the other collabs are going to be like. But I'm thinking, sorry guys, I was muted there. My bad. We're basically trying to figure it out. Basically, we're trying to figure out what the other collaborations are going to be. I've got some in the pipeline, and I'm excited about it. So,
now you said you use Pro Tools a lot. Is there any other kind of technology that you really enjoy utilizing when it comes to creating your music?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of. I mean, I've been doing most stuff in the box, which is a term for everything kind of in the computer these days, with the occasional, you know, outboard gear. But I really love my UAD Apollo interface, which kind of allows us to record and record the music into the computer and with the microphones and all the instruments. And it has incredible plugins that I love, and waves, and there's so much great stuff. And really, it's about just the people I'm working with. As someone who loves to collaborate, it's great to collaborate with people.
Well, I like that combination that you've taken of, you know, being inspired by other people, creating your own vision of things, but then combining it with the technology and kind of moving that forward in a direction that I've never seen somebody do that kind of video like you did before. And obviously it took you a long time, but that's really exciting. It's really exciting what you're creating with that.
You know what else is exciting to me? This new shirt I got for Black Friday. I got this shirt here. I think I'm gonna switch back to the green one though.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
But Greg, I like you. You have a heart. I put your little picture in here.
Nice, thank you. Thanks
you
for
have a heart of gold, my friend. A heart of gold.
You work well on the fly. All right. Well, let's say, where can people go listen to the rest of your music and follow along with everything that you're doing?
Well, we've got this website here, daemusic.com, which has social media links and the music video and streaming links. And got to give a shout out to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Nice. Yeah, you are
I love this.
You are the most prepared guest I think that we've ever had. You already have your bottom thirds done.
I don't sleep much. That's why it's better I'm on digital form instead of these bags under my eyes.
Well, DAE, thank you so much for hopping on here with us today. I mean, that is so great. Obviously, people can check out the website right there. Everything that you're doing, really, really exciting stuff, and I can't wait to hear more of what you do on this journey.
Thanks, Greg. Today I'm going to get some things on Cyber Monday: a keyboard, some speakers, maybe some new shoes, these new Jordan 11s next week. I'm excited.
Sounds like you've got a busy day ahead of you then. That's perfect. Any other thing that you wanted to bring up just before we sign off?
Just check out the music video. Links are on the website. And I appreciate you guys having me on, and I look forward to putting out some new music in 2019 and some other crazy music videos.
Thank you so much for hopping on. Like, best of luck in all of that. That was great. Okay, so DAE, follow DAE's music, follow everything that's going on there. Definitely check out the entire music video that we were talking about because it is really, really cool. And now I'm also going to screen grab that picture of me, and that's going to be my new profile picture. All right. Final thing we need to do, because I know everybody's going to be bouncing over to nasa.gov here in a minute to follow everything that's happening with the Mars InSight lander. We have to give you a final question. I'm going to ask the question, and this is to win the Samsung 4K UHD Series 8 television. And so if you don't already have it ready, get your email ready to send to dtlive@digitaltrends.com. We've asked 4 questions already. You'll need to answer this 5th question in order to win the television. Send us the correct answers. First person to email it to us, dtlive@digitaltrends.com, will win the television. There's the question. What were the code names of the first APU series featuring graphics technology from AMD's acquisition of ATI Technologies? I told you it's going to be a hard one. There is an answer to this. You can find this answer. What were the code names? I actually ran this by Matt Smith, our computing editor, before I put it up there. I'm like, is this solvable? Are people going to know? And he's like, yes. And he did get the right answer, but he did say it's going to take a little bit. So that is the question. Give me that answer. Be the first one to email dtlive@digitaltrends.com, and we will give you that Samsung 65-inch television. So you have to have all 5 questions answered, all 5 correctly. First person to email, dtlive@digitaltrends.com. All right, I want to say thank you to everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody joining us for this 3-hour Cyber Monday extravaganza we've had going here. All the details are up at digitaltrends.com, digitaltrends.com/DTdeals. You can take a look at everything on there that we've been talking about. Thank you to all of our editors who have joined us to discuss their favorite deals. Thank you to our affiliate team who's worked really hard finding everything. And of course, thank you to Mike Massimino, who joined us to talk about the Mars InSight landing, which is going to start broadcasting here actually any minute. So I know you're going to be switching over there. Stay tuned to digitaltrends.com all day long for our great deals. And of course, every day we are live here with Digital Trends Live, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. We're not always 3 hours, but we'll be live for another hour tomorrow morning or noon, wherever you're at. So thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Nibbler. This has been awesome being a part of this with you. And I think we're going to wrap it up right now. We'll go watch some Mars landing. We'll see if it works. Hopefully the InSight's going to land. And stick right here at digitaltrends.com all day long for the best deals. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with more of Digital Trends Live. Woohoo!